That's a big smile, isn't it? It's a big smile. Well, can you believe after 22 years we are finally champions? And well, thank you, Bournemouth. You know what? After what I saw yesterday with the Burnley game, I just said, I said today, it's still in our hands. Palace away, but I'm like, you know what? I'd rather, I'd rather Bournemouth do us a favour because I didn't want to go through no last last day drama. Didn't want to go for it. Did not want to go for it. League table doesn't lie. We've won the league with one game to go. Arsenal Football Club are back in the summit after all these years, and we should have won it in 23. Should have won it in 24. Is what it is. Um, hats off to everyone, players, manager as well. I'll praise the manager. Not his biggest fan. I'm not going to turn around and just say, "Oh yeah, he's my best friend." I'm going to take him out for a meal at Carluccio's or something like that. At the end of the day, he's paid to do a job for Arsenal Football Club. It's taken him a long time, and at Arsenal, that's the only club where he would get that chance to do that because that's what Arsenal do. They've been doing it for decades, where they give managers time, and he's lucky he's had that time and money as well. And big up to him, big up to him, big up to you know the coaching staff as well, big up to players. But I do know that come next season, well, I know the Champions League still to go, still to come, but come next season, um, it's going to be harder, and maybe now I'd say I could at least think, well, you know what, he's won the league in a he's won the league in a kind of David Moyes way, in my opinion. We've had some great performances this season in I'd say about maybe 12 games, 12 league games. We've had some 1-0s. We've had some silly draws. It's been a crazy season. It's been a really crazy season when you break it down. You know what I'm saying? And I've never known a season like it. Really, never, never known a season like it. All the times I've seen us win a league, and this is the sixth time I've ever seen us win a league. You know what I mean? Uh, I think with next season, I think we're going to see great football next season. Football that from like 3 seasons ago, that's what we need to see again. And if we see that with the defence we've got, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we can win the league again, but win it with some style. You know, you know what I mean? Because I love watching good football. There have been times in the past Arsenal teams, like in 92, 93, we've not seen good football. But you know what? What I will say is now, and I was on the takeover earlier on, and all we can do now is just really just enjoy it. Enjoy, enjoy the summer. World Cup coming up. Champions League for me is a bonus. It'd be great if we could win it for the first time. But if we don't win it, and yeah, PSG another round. If we don't win it, we've got the main one, in my opinion. League's always bread and butter. League is your bread and butter. You know what I mean? And yeah, we've done it. We've done it. It's like wow, you know. Uh, but I just thought I'd kindly say of yeah, I am buzzing a bit. Have I had a little bit of drink? Yeah, of course I have. You know what I mean? Just a little something. You know what I mean? I'm not going overboard or nothing like that. But yeah, but what I will talk about now is just um the the players basically that for me have caught my eye this season in our championship winning season. I've got to give props to David Raya. That guy, man, that guy. What a keeper he's been this season. I wouldn't be surprised if he got Arsenal's Player of the Year. He's saved us quite a few times this season, and he he does, he had some has some bozo moments in him, but not like seasons previously. But when it comes to shot stopping, saves he makes, incredible saves he makes, and he has won us a lot of points this season, no doubt. He has won us points this season, and they arise and definitely one of the stand-up players for me. Another one, Piero Hincapié. We're signing him permanently. Got that from a very good source. We are signing him, and I think next season as well, he'll just go from strength to strength. Fantastic defender, very strong tackle, very he reads the game well. Yeah, he goes forward on the left, puts incredible crosses. But for me, when I look at someone like him, I think defending first, attacking second. Yeah, so he's another one, and Declan Rice as well, all action midfielder. You know, for me, he's world class. As far as I'm concerned, he's a world class midfielder, and he deserves. If there's one person other than Bukayo Saka, another person, I mean, apart from Bukayo Saka, who deserves a league medal, it's him. It's him. He's worked hard. Yeah, got to big him up. Got to big him up. But those three have probably been my top three players this season. And early in the season, but you and Timber as well. Early season form was fantastic, and praying he's fit for the Champions League final. There's no point playing him. There's no point playing him this season. You know what I mean? Nah, we're not George Graham. I'm sorry, Rasa. I see you here, man. I know you in it. Nah, it's definitely Dave Moyes, man. He played under Moyes. You know what I'm saying? You know, yeah. No, we will. I know we will definitely play a better style of football next season. I know that. Well, you've probably heard Bobby say it as well. You know what I mean? So, yeah, he knows straight up that he'd be playing better football. But yeah, it's definitely a Moyes thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, Timber. Let's pray he's fit for the Champions League final, and 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 I've also got to give props as well to Victor Yokeres. There was those that just didn't like him because the manager didn't want him. He's we know he's a Havertz man. Havertz for me is a really good squad player. He's a good squad player, when he's fully fit. But Victor Yokeres, maybe it's the biases in me because I was a centre forward, so I'll always go for the number 9. And Victor Yokeres for me, despite the rigid system that we played, and he's still come out with over he scored about 21, 22 goals in all competitions this season. So still not a bad return to be playing in a system like that. But for me, if we were to improve our football, you'll see more goals from Victor Yokeres, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. And one other player I've got to mention as well in the last few weeks because his form is he's had a second wind is Leandro Trossard. And I always say when he plays well, the whole team plays well, the whole team functions well. So big up to Leandro Trossard. And I don't want to see Trossard. I don't want to see Trossard against Palace on Sunday. I don't want to see him. I want to see him fully ready for that Champions League final because I would start him on that left without a doubt. Start him on that left. You know what I mean? And yeah, But it's just been it's just crazy because it's like I said, I'm over the moon that we've won the league. We've got there. We've got there. And I'm gonna enjoy the summer, enjoy the World Cup, knowing that we're champions. But it's a weird feeling. And I think that's maybe because when you associate champions or those that are champions elect, you always see them beating teams, showing no mercy. You know what I mean? I'm not just talking English Premier League. I'm talking all leagues in general. But we have to show. I think this Sunday we have to win against Palace like champions. There'll be no pressure. So I think you're going to see a good performance on Sunday. And Champions League final, just go out there, and just do what we do. Or it'll be tough, but hey. But listen, man, I'm gonna go into the chat here and big up AFC 777. Brenny, big up. We did it, bro. Yes, we did. We did indeed, man. We did indeed. And you know what? And we can say we're champions. You know, stand up for the champions 100%. You know, and to all those out there that have said over the years that Pep cannot be beaten, and I've heard this. Pep cannot be beaten. Pep cannot be beaten. You know what? The greatest managers around the world, right? Not just here, but around the world. They've won. You know, you get managers, those and some who have passed away, who have won quite a few league titles for their club, the clubs that they've managed, and they've been beaten because they've not won. They've not won a league in every, like everywhere they've been. I think Pep Guardiola did it though. Guardiola did do it with Bayern Munich, where he won. I think he had about 5 seasons at Bayern Munich, was it? 5 seasons, and he won the league every time, but he didn't deliver the Champions League for them. But he's lost what? I know he's going at the end of the season, is he? So since he's been here, he's lost to Chelsea's Conte. Conte's Chelsea, I should say. He's lost to Liverpool under Jurgen Klopp. He's lost to Liverpool under Arne Slot. And now he's lost to Arsenal and Mikel Arteta. So 4 losses. So he can be beaten. And I've heard that a lot, and I always just say, he can be beaten. He can be beaten. No, he can't. No, he can't. Yes, he can. Yes, he can. So yeah, and also now no one's talking about the 115 charges, which I really don't give a damn about. I really don't care. I don't care because at the end of the day, if we had all money, we'd be basking in it, and I would love it. I wouldn't mind us getting top class players. I'd be happy. Seriously. Big up AJ Mods. Yes, we did do it, man. We did do it. We did do it. And enjoy it as well. 22 years over. Yeah, I can't believe it's been that long. I think it's since our first title in 1931. I'm sure that I'm absolutely sure that is our longest drought ever. So I think we won a title. We won titles in the 30s, won titles in the 40s. Did we win a title in the 50s? We did. I think that may be our longest drought ever in terms of league titles. Yeah, I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you. You should see Northside. He's on right now, and he's proper emotional. I can see how much it means to him. Massive thank you to Arteta. Massive thank you to the players. Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Congratulations, mate. Well deserved. Thank you to the one and only Chris Welsh, and big up to him, man. Please go subscribe to this legendary guy. Carlisle was Liverpool through and through. He's a top guy. And if you ever fancy challenging him in darts, just don't play him for money because he'd probably beat you. I wanted City game to be a draw so we could actually confirm Champions League football. Of course, yeah, because your goal difference is better. I'm just looking at the table now, Chris. Yeah, because yeah, you got +10 and Bournemouth got +4. Yeah, and I doubt very much you're going to lose. Like 3 or 4 nil at Brentford at home, aren't you? So yeah, and Bournemouth are waiting on Forest. But I think they'll finish the season on a high, Bournemouth, and they've been unbeaten. I mean, the last team to beat them was us in it was the end of December. Only England winning World Cup can save my year as a football fan. Yeah, it's gonna be it's a tough ask, but you know what? I think them that if I don't do not be surprised if you see us in the last four in the World Cup. Not saying we're gonna win it. Champions, champions, ole ole ole. Still quite off 20 years of pain. Big up to you, AFC, always. Yeah, I'm not crying or nothing like that. You know what I mean? I'm an emotional guy, but certainly not down to that. And big up to Stephen Stephanie. Big up to you, my man. Champions indeed. Big up to you. So I'd be good, man. I'd be good. Yeah, sorry it's a late one. You know what I mean? And if anyone wants to join in, there's a link. You're more than welcome to join in, have a chat. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm just like I said, I just wanted to well, it's not a quick stream of stuff. I mean, I'll be here for a little bit. So, but yeah, I mean, is there any games that stand out for you this season in the league? Because there's a few from it, a few that I have that I love to talk about, and the two Tottenham games stood out for me. You know, the 4-1s, they stood out for me. What else performance-wise stood out for me? The Leeds games as well. Well, not the first league game at the Emirates. I thought we started that one slow, didn't we? And then we just dominated them. Nottingham Forest at home, 3-0. Aston Villa at home, 4-1. That stood out for me. The Bournemouth away also stood out because that's always it's a tough place to go, Bournemouth, and they're losing the top class manager who's leaving them. You know what I mean? Can anyone else think of any other games? Because like I said, there was only a few in the league this season. You know, and there was a few games where we didn't play so well, but we still managed to scrape the win. And one thing I don't want to see next season, I don't want to see us inviting teams, to attack us. I don't want to see that. No, don't want to see it ever again. You know what I mean? Uh, what other games? Sunderland at home wasn't a bad performance. I'm not going to talk about Sunderland away. Hell no. But you know what? It's all these all these all these poor performances now. You can just put that to bed. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, the title's won. So yeah. But I just wish we'd have beaten Liverpool or City this season, which we didn't not manage to do. You know what I mean? And push you in good nick for Europe Champions final. I know pressure now. Yeah, well, this is it. And but we're still playing a very dangerous side in PSG. We really are. You know what I mean? I'm very good. So now, big up to you, Stephen, man. Big up to you. Like everyone else here, you're more than welcome on it any time. Even on panel as well. We've got to sort something out, man. Definitely got to sort something out. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah. So yeah. I mean, I didn't really say much about he said on the takeover yesterday about the Burnley game yesterday, but yeah, it's there's nothing really to discuss now, is it really? Because at the end of the day, you know what I mean. At the end of the day, we just yeah, yeah, right, Stephen. Yeah, if you could join in now if you want, man. If you there is follow the link and you can get yourself in, and I'll let you in, man. All right. So links there in the chat. Okay. So yeah. Even after Paul's up season, I said it is total support. Yeah, it is. You know, and that's the thing. Like I said, I've never known a season like it. Never. Because if you can remember any other title winning seasons, we didn't really have a lot of poor results. I mean, not so much. We had poor results, but not that many. But we also had a lot of good performances, a lot of good football. You know, and hopefully we'll see that next season. Yeah. Yeah, no problem, man. No worries. Yeah. You know, so yeah. But yeah, I'm just yeah, it's for me I'm finding it hard to sink in because I was watching the game at work and when we realised that when it was final whistle, I was watching it with a friend of mine and it must have taken us about almost 10 seconds, right, to realise that we won the league, man. You know what I mean? It was like, what the hell? You know? So yeah, it really, really was something. I mean, I've never ever before my lifetime ever seen us win something without kicking a ball at work. This is only the second time I've ever seen Arsenal win a league without kicking a ball, and that was back in 1991. I remember that well when I was watching It was that's right. It was Liverpool who needed to win, need to beat Nottingham Forest at the City Ground, and Forest won 2-1. And we played later on against Man United, so that just meant our game against United was just a title party, and it was just a no pressure game, which we won 3-1, and thanks to Alan Smith's hat trick. And big up to Alan Smith tonight because he was co-commentating on the Bournemouth City game, you know, and I know he would have been happy with that, having won 2 league titles before, you know, the legendary Smudger. So yeah, and the 91 team, part of the 91 team behind me, Lee Dixon, Paul Davis, and big up to and rest in peace to the legends that are Kevin Campbell and David Rocky Rocastle. Those guys were warriors. They knew what it took to win the league. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm just well, you know what? I'll be asleep. I'll be asleep around now, right? But I don't think I'm gonna be sleeping for a while. Seriously, not tonight anyway. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But also I've got to give a shout out to Everett Eze as well because for him, you know, there was times when you see him when you watch him play, right? He's one of them players that he's had some good games this season, he's had some stinkers, no doubt about it, right? But I tell you what, the things that he could do with football is just ridiculous. And also he's the kind of player that he gives you moments from the first minute of the game He can do something big. And regardless whether he's playing well or not, in the last minute of a game, he can still do something. You know that it could be a wonder pass, you know, a great through ball or something. You know what I mean? Or strike a ball from 20 yards. You know, he's home, and for him, I'm really pleased for him, and he's earned his league medal. I think they've all earned their medals. Don't get me wrong, but when I look at him, he definitely has. And I've got to mention Bukayo Saka, who it's not been his best season, but he's shown a bit more maturity in some of his performances this season, where you know he's even when he's not been fully fit, there's times where he's not had. There's been some games where he's had absolute mares, but from what he's done over the last 5-6 years, yeah, he's earned that league medal, and he was, you know, for me, if there was one person who deserved to be a Premier League champion, it was Bukayo Saka. So take my hat off to him. You know, I really do. You know, and Gabriel Saliba, yeah, rock solid. This is what they needed. You know, after all these years with their partnerships together, this is what they needed. They needed to prove they could win something, and they helped deliver this league title with their defensive performances this season. And before anyone says anything, as good as they are, I am not going to compare them to legends just yet. Give me another league title, and then maybe we'll talk then. You know what I'm saying? But and yeah, and also Martin Zubimendi, I've got to give him props for playing out of position for most of the season. Don't care what anyone says, he's not a 6. He's not a 6. And I guarantee when he plays for Spain in the World Cup, you're not going to see him playing a 6 either. You know, Declan Rice should be playing in that 6. All season, he should have been playing in that 6. Next season, I want to see him in the 6. You know, and I just think he'll get better as Mendy. I think he'll be all right next season. He'll be all right. Got props to Miles Lewis Skelly as well. Got to give props to him, and yeah, well deserved league medal, playing in midfield as well. And I'm going to add the man they call me Stepney is in the house.
Oh yeah, what's happening, buddy?
How are you? How are you? Why, fella? Why, champion? What were you saying, champion?
Buzzing, right? Absolutely buzzing. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, people will talk about this title, and some rival fans will hate because that's what they've been, you know, engineered to do for the past however many years. This was a tough league. This was an absolutely tough league, and to prove it, you look at all the teams that are still potentially vying for a European place. It was tough. Every game was tough, so it wasn't pretty. And when you haven't won a league for so long and you finished second so many times, it's going to be a difficult one. We weren't going to get the pretty football that we were hoping for. Because you look at, you know, not last season especially, but it's 2 seasons before that, when we finished seconds, we were playing beautiful football. But we got to a stage where we just needed to win. And that was Arteta's mantra. He just wanted to win at all costs. We've won the league now with a game to spare. All the haters, everybody that wants to talk, we are now Arsenal FC, Merch FC, and Receipt FC. So we got our receipts. All them Gary Nevilles, Carragher's, all them people. We got our receipts. We know exactly what you said. We will cash them in, and we will sit pretty top of the table, champions going into the last game of the season. Champions, done it with a game to spare. We've done it with a game to spare.
Yeah.
So anybody that is out there that is not an Arsenal fan, you won't understand what we've been through. We've been through the banter years. We've been through the years of not even being competitive. We weren't even competitive in the league for a period. And now we are sitting pretty. We've retired Pep. And yes, it is a shame for him to be leaving the league. But I'm glad Arteta was the manager that won the league while he was there. Because if he didn't win it and he won it next year, it'd be different. We've won the league. Pep is saying goodbye.
Yeah,
we could be in for a period of dominance, and that in itself is just a joy. You've seen the scenes on social media. No other fan base has done something as similar. Like the Emirates, not even playing, packed. The training ground packed. The streets of London come this weekend are just going to be packed. There's going to be so many Arsenal shirts. People are going to be wearing a suit and an Arsenal shirt as their shirt going into work tomorrow. It's crazy. We are absolutely massive.
Yeah. No, I hear you, man. I hear you. And you know what? It's I don't know if you ever talk about. I don't know if you remember like the '91 team that won the league under George Graham. And I just remember I was saying earlier, just a few minutes ago, there were fans. I didn't go to the game that day, but there were fans who we had Man United on the Monday night. It was a bank holiday Monday. And early in the day, Forest beat Liverpool 2-1, and we were crowned champions with 2 games to spare. And I saw like just old footage and stuff on the news, and there was fans who were at the pubs or just just decided they were watching the game from home I think the players at the time were either at Highbury already or they were on their way to the game, if that makes sense. I think they were on the coach on the way to the game at Highbury. So it was a different kind of feeling, you know what I mean? But what I saw tonight was different because there was no, and the reason why I say it is because there was no game for us. It wasn't a case of they played early in the day, they blew it, and then a few hours later we're going to be playing our game. It was a different feel. And I have seen little social media, but since I've left work today, it's just been messages, and your phone calls. And I was on the football takeover earlier, you know what I mean? And it's just been, it's you know what? For me, it hasn't sunk in, and I think it will once you see that Premier League trophy lifted on Sunday against Palace. And I'm going to be on the takeover. I'm going to be doing a watch along, myself and Bobby. Big up Bobby, my pop brother. And it'll probably be the most relaxing, calmest stream I would ever done in my life this Sunday. It's going to be. It's not even. You know what? It'll be so funny to the point that if I see someone losing possession, I'm going to be like, "What are you doing?" No, I'm not going to be doing that. I'm just going to be like, you know what? Is what it is. Just I think we're going to next week.
The thing is, I think we're going to see a lot of changes for the Palace game. He's not going to want to risk any injuries. It's just going to be 2 teams that are going into 2 finals, and it's just going to be enjoy it. Like just have a little kick about, enjoy a bit of football, entertain the fans. You know what I mean? It's going to be a gentleman's handshake of just entertain the fans. Just play like no fouls, okay, guys, no fouls. Just entertain the fans, play some football, have a bit of fun. Ezra returns back as a Premier League champion, hopefully cheering on his team, his former team, European glory, and his former team cheering us and him onto European glory in our respective finals. And it's going to be a party atmosphere for everyone involved. So it's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, I agree. But listen, well, I mean, I won't keep on it too long because I know we've all got we've all got to go shut eye on that and work tomorrow. But I will ask you, name Name your top 3 players this season that have stood out for you.
Okay, top 3. I think they kind of picked themselves. I'm going to say Declan in the middle.
Yep.
He's been pretty much since we signed him. Every game, I don't think there's probably a handful of games where you can say he's played under a 7, and that's since we've signed him. That's pretty phenomenal in itself. I do love a defender because that was my position when I played. I was a centre back, so Gabriel and Saliba are 1. So that's my other one.
Okay.
It's Gabriel and Saliba because they complement each other so well. Saliba's work, I know before he was getting a lot of compliments, but the compliments sort of died down. But he's pretty tidy. Yes, there has been a couple of times when he has his odd mistake, but in general, he's pretty clean. Like, do you know what I mean? He's pretty clean. And Gabriel puts his body on the line, and he takes. He does that Michael Jordan thing of taking that, taking what somebody says against the club, not even necessarily him, just the club, and then using it as motivation to go out there and put his body on the line and win games. And then he's popped up with some important goals, especially the beginning part of the season. And then it's David Raya at the back. He's completed it. There's been, even when he's made a mistake, it's obviously amplified because he's a goalkeeper. And you just go, what have you done there? You've had a brain fart. He's probably just bored. He's probably just been bored in those games. But against Burnley, against West Ham, that save against West Ham when Fernandes was through on goal. And we all, like I said, it literally felt like it was the guy had half an hour to score because we all just went.
Yeah.
And Raya was there. So a good goalkeeper wins you championships, a good defence wins you championships, a solid spine wins you championships, and that's been it.
Yeah. 100% agree with that. I mean, Raya for me has been my player this season, no doubt. I think he's a fantastic keeper. I'd be surprised if he's not in he's not the starting lineup for Spain, the World Cup, to be honest. You know what I mean? I'd be really surprised. But and also there was a game that I forgot to mention. I was going on about games that, outstanding performances this season. And for me, my favourite away performance, it wasn't even the Tottenham game. For me, it was Newcastle away. I was very impressed with that performance. That was a big 3 points. When I look back on it now, it was a massive 3 points and it was a great performance. I mean, what performances in the league, just league alone, stood out for you this season in us helping us get this title?
Obviously, I know the Tottenham games because Eze just got that hat trick and then got another 2. Like, to get 5 goals against them, especially him being an Arsenal fan, a Haaland boy, coming back to the club in the way he did, nearly going to Tottenham and sort of going, listen, Mikel, they want to sign me. Do you want to do anything? And it all adds. It all adds. Bournemouth away, because that's a tricky place.
Always.
Newcastle again, always a tricky place. Just trying to think who else was there. The thing is, and I know what you're saying about not having so many great games and stuff like that. To build a title-winning squad, you could have 38 terrible games and still win the league. Each one was a building block, and I talked about it earlier on the Arsenal Above All podcast. I said when you listen to, even after a poor result, and when you look at the actual league table and the results, there weren't many poor results. If you can't lose a game like that, really the only poor results are a loss.
Yeah. If
you draw a game, it's because you couldn't win it. Like, do you know what I mean? But even after those sort of games, Arteta was always very calm and always just like, it was a change in his attitude, if you know what I mean. It was like a couple of seasons ago, it was very erratic and very just like, and all that sort of stuff. And there was some sort of, each time we lost or, didn't win a game, he was very calm. He was very measured. He was very just like, we look at it sensibly. We've not had the result we wanted, but we move on to the next one.
Yeah.
And it's difficult to pick many different games apart from obviously those highlight ones, but every game going to Leeds away, difficult ground, Ellen Road. We didn't get the result we wanted at Sunderland away, but we got a result at Newcastle away. We didn't get the result we wanted against West London Blue away, but we got the result we wanted against West London Blue at home. We didn't get the result we wanted against Bournemouth at home, but we got the result against Bournemouth away. You have to get through it. Like I said, next season will be different. Yes, everybody will be coming for us because we're the champions, but even before we were the champions, everybody was coming for us. Yeah. But now we've got that title off our backs, and nobody can say anything about it now because we're the champions. The players can relax more. The players can enjoy more. Unfortunately, it's a World Cup year, so they're not going to have a great pre-season. But they will come back buoyant. They will come back knowing that they're the league champions and they're going to want to defend their title, and they're going to be playing a bit more freely. We're going to sign some players that are going to allow us to unlock teams a bit more differently, and we're going to be a different animal next season because we don't have that added pressure of not winning anything is now gone.
Yeah.
So I know people are going to go to bed. I'm probably going to be up for another 5 hours. So sorry, Benny, I could probably talk for 5 hours.
Yeah.
But losses and poor results determine how you are as a champion going forward. It's far easier, and I put this on one of the messages I posted earlier. It's far easier to lose and to never try again than to lose and then to come back because you want to try again and do better. We lost the title 3 years in a row, second. And each time Arteta was like, we'll come back. The first one, this is the top I'm wearing now. And after the first one, Arteta was, I think, maybe it wasn't that year, maybe it was the year before, I think it was probably the year before. And there's a picture of Saka on the floor going, like, you don't deserve this. Or you deserve better or something like that. And it's that drive, it's that want to do better. Even if we look at our neighbours, the Spuds, when they had their peak period with Harry Kane and Son and that team that were finishing above us for a couple of seasons, they still won nothing.
Yeah, it was actually more than that, yeah.
Yeah, but they still won nothing. They still won nothing. It's only when Harry Kane left and blah, blah, blah. And, I told a lot of Tottenham fans, look, you can lose Harry Kane, but you can't lose Son. And they finished like just above the relegation zone and beat United in the Europa League final. But they won something. But even in their peak years, they didn't win anything. We're now in our peak years. People can say about the previous 3 years, the first two of those previous 3 years, we were overachieving because we weren't supposed to be at that part of the process. And everybody has wanted it. The players wanted it. Like, you look at Saliba, every time we score a goal, he's like every one of us fans celebrating.
Yeah.
You look at Gabriel when he makes a block or when he wins a big challenge, he's big, he's loud, he's physical. You can feel his presence and his aura. People talk about Saka having a poor season. The kid has carried us. Like, I can't speak highly of such a humble young man. From everything he's been through, from that time at the Euros to now, it's built the man. He's our star boy, but he's our man. Like, do you know what I mean? And it's been a process. It has literally been a process, and people laughed at that saying at the time. Well, the process is now complete because we've got the league title, and no matter what anybody says, and like I said, we've got our receipts. So every now and again, I'm just going to be churning out to certain content creators and whatever else. Yeah, we remember when you said this because we've been through it. We've been absolutely through it, and to come out and to be able to be almost sitting at home with a cigar in your mouth and just being able to chill and watch your rivals play and knowing that they have to win. When they've talked about bottle and talked about mentality, their players have talked about bottle and mentality and being humble and stuff like that. Humble yourselves, collect your bottles, and remember we are the champions. And no offense to City, they can get Enzo Maresca in. He's not Pep. He's not Pep. Slot. I'm undecided about Slot, so we'll see how he does, and if they keep him. West London Blue will have Xavi Alonso, so that should be good for them because they've got quite a relatively young squad. They've also got the biggest squad in the league. Although people keep talking about our squad and how big our squad is, and we've got a big squad. Chelsea have the biggest squad in the league. They've literally signed every single player they possibly can. Man City, the 115, have the second biggest squad in the league because every window they always sign with somebody, whether it's the January window or the summer window. We usually just do most of our work in the summer and nothing in January. So those and United have had a good run towards the end of the season, and Carrick has done well there. So whatever, it's still us. And Arteta won't let that hunger drop. He won't let that desire in the players drop. He will be active in the summer. We will sign players for sure. And I expect us to again challenge for the title, if not win it again next season, because we are massive. This is the one that we had to get over. Now we've got over it. It's can we retain it? I strongly believe we can. I strongly believe we will. And it's because the man at the head of that table, the one that's controlling everything, the one that everybody's saying is, he's too cringe because he does this, and what's he doing there? He's a leader. He's a leader of men. He's a leader of men, and his leadership skills have brought us the Premier League title, and that is why everybody is euphoric right now, and rightly so. And like I said, I'm going to be insufferable for the next year.
Yeah, no, well said, man. Well said. I mean, for me, you see, with me, right? I'm different to quite a few people. It's like I love, obviously I've never been Arteta's biggest fan. I've always been his biggest critic, but I always praise him when he does what I want. When he does what well. And for me, all I want to see next, he's going to be at the club next season after. I just want to see good football. I don't want to see him run players into the ground like he has done. I don't want to see him just play players who are out of form and forget this and favoritism as well. I'm not into, playing, having my favorites. You play on form. We will add, as far as I know, from Bobby on Football Takeover. He has, I think if you've watched any of his transfer shows, but they're pretty in depth. And normally everything he said that happened last season, last summer. I feel that I know we're going to get real quality in this time, and hopefully we can. You see, the thing is, right? I wanted us to play football this season because at the start of the season, with the squad got, I actually thought we could win the league. But and there were times where Arteta did look. There were games where you could see he was very cautious, and he was just trying to, with certain games. And I looked at some of the opponents that we had, and I'm like, I'm sorry, you didn't have to be cautious against, these teams. And to be honest, I think we should have won the league a few weeks before. Now, when he likes to go all defensive and everything else, if he does this against Paris Saint-Germain, say for example we go 1-0 up, 37 minutes gone, and he has to sat back till half time, and we're just surviving the onslaught because I think our defense is second to none. I don't have a problem with him going all defensive. they're a juggernaut. You know what I mean? I don't have that problem, but I'm just talking about like next season when we're playing sides who are struggling. Let's just go and annihilate them. And I think now with this, with the title under their first title for these players, not Gabriel Jesus because he's already won the title before he, But I just feel Steve, I just think, man, I actually see us playing better football next season.
Yeah, 100%.
And you know what I mean? And as long as we can, and as long as we keep it tight like we have at the back, more clean sheets, I'm all for it. And if that's what Arteta does, I'm happy for that. I'm happy for that to continue because I think all Arsenal fans, whoever you are, Arteta out, not all we wanted ever. I wanted the manager to prove me wrong, and he has. He has done that. You know what I mean? And I just think, and for me, it's just a wonderful day for the club and the fans. I'm just glad because I didn't want to go through that last. I don't know about you. I didn't want to go through that last day drama on Sunday. Hell no, I didn't want to go through it, man. I was like, no, I can't take this. We was watching the game yesterday, yeah, and it's like even the West Ham game, and then it's like you're feeling, and I was like just feeling this, man. I'm like, I was like, oh no, come on, man, please don't. Nah, you know what I mean? And I don't want to feel like that ever again. Seriously, man. Seriously, I don't. Can't do it, man. But
you know what, Brenny? Just a couple of quick ones. When we won the FA Cup for the first time at the Emirates against Hull, I was at a pub in Highbury, Famous Cock, and
yeah,
we went 2-0 down.
Yeah,
I was at the first goal. No, both the goals. I was at the bar getting a drink, getting a round in for the lads, and you're like, hold on, we're 1-0 down. What? Still waiting to be ordered. What? We're 2-0 down. What?
Yeah.
And it's an Arsenal thing. We do things the hard way. It's not. It's never. Do you know what I mean? I said if you go back and rewatch the Arsenal All or Nothing documentary, I said Arteta is always about winning the game. Winning your duels will win you the game. Like that sort of mentality. I just think yes, there's a combination of him being cautious because he didn't want to take too much risk because he knew that risk doesn't always warrant reward. So you could actually try going out for beating a team 3 or 4-0. But then leave yourself open to counter-attacks, which has happened in a lot of games this season. And then you've conceded like a goal. And even that's not even us going all out. It's just us dominating and not putting teams to bed. But we do things the hard way. And like I said, he's always about just going, you know what, win the game. I think part of that is the players themselves. It's playing with that handbrake of not wanting to make a mistake, not wanting to fail again, not wanting to lose again. That gets into the mind. That's why when you get over that hurdle, you're able to relax. And that's why I said to Mike. I've said to Mike before. Once you get over that hurdle, the next season, you can relax a bit more. And that's when usually, especially under Wenger, for example, we weren't as clinical because you're going, okay, we've won the league. We can relax. We're the champions. But we could play a bit more. We probably played a bit more free-flowing football in that year after the league title than the actual league title winning title season. So next season we'll relax. I said Arteta will want to stamp his authority. He won't, like I said, he won't let the players rest and just go, oh, you know what, blah blah blah. He will stamp his authority and go, we have to go again. And that's why he'll be active in the summer transfer window and going to players. Okay, look, I know we've won the league, but we have to go again because being champions once is one thing, but doing it again solidifies your status. And like I said, he just wants to win. The players want to win. The players want to win for him, for the fans. so they'll want to win, but they'll be able to play with a bit more freedom because that trophy is now in the bag.
Yeah.
And that was it. And with PSG is one thing I've said, especially off air, if you know what I mean. So like when I've done like one of the shows, whatever, is we're a solid team. Yes, PSG can attack, and they've got the experience of winning the Champions League last season, and are going to win. Are going to win their league in France as well. But we're a solid team. Like on our day, and especially now we've won the league, we will go into that going, we're going to win this. Like not we can win this, we're going to win this because we're a solid team. If we look at, like I said, man for man is, yes, we've got the defense and they've got the attack.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that, it's a final, anything can happen. So yes, the favourites will always be PSG because they're champions, just like this season. Liverpool were the champions of the league, so they were the favourites.
Yeah.
But even with my bias head on, I still go, we're a solid team. We will get chances because Arteta will just say to them, win your duels. If you win your duels, we will win this game. Because we have some aces up our sleeve. We now have a striker in Gyökeres, and I know people are going, you know what, his season, blah, blah, blah. He's actually now coming into form. He's bullying defenders. He feels confident. He's looking confident. So that bodes well. Havertz has come in recently, and again he got the winner the other day against Burnley, so he's going to be buzzing, and he knows how to play in the Champions League final because he's the one that won it for West London Blue. You've got players like Saka, Declan Rice, even our captain, all want to win it. I'm not saying that the PSG players won't want to win it. I'm just saying that we're a solid team, and they're going to go, we're going to win it. Like, they're bringing it home.
Yeah, no, I hear that, man. But let me just go in. So I've got a big up to Dermot as well. Mass congratulations, brilliant gang. Yeah, thank you, my man. And commiserations tonight. But it's if I'm not mistaken, as long as you don't lose to Everton, you'll be fine. I think it's still a 2-point gap between you and West Ham.
Yep. But the goal difference is huge.
Yeah, that's right. Big up, Michael. Listen, Michael, if you fancy coming on, the link's in the chat there. Jump on. Anyone can jump on. Big up to Darren. Hey, congratulations to you as well, my friend. Yeah, big up to you, man. Yeah, can't believe we've finally done it, man. And it's like when we were talking yesterday, innit? And we were saying it's just, we wanted to get it done tonight, and Darren, we finally got it done, man. But, yeah.
Brenny, just to interrupt, you know what's crazy about that, yeah? Is like, it's funny because most Arsenal fans I spoke to were like, yeah, this is the game where Man City are going to drop points. It's Bournemouth. But most Arsenal fans that I spoke to was just like, yeah, Bournemouth are going to do something. Bournemouth are going to do something. And it's funny because it's just like, yeah, we wanted to get it done tonight, but we weren't even kicking the ball.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And you said a few weeks ago, and you know what? A few weeks ago, when we was asked about the remaining fixtures, I said the fixture that they probably could drop points, 2 fixtures. One would have been Villa. Villa could go there and sneak a draw. And Bournemouth was the other team. I never thought Everton would pick up a point against them. Seriously. I didn't think that. But big up Unique, man.
But you know what? But that's it. Brenny, like I said, is when you look at the league table, it's not like Everton didn't have anything to play for. They're playing for they were playing for a European place.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, even the Brentford game was just like, you know what, Brentford are a bit of a bogey team for them sometimes, so they could maybe pick up some points. And again, they're pushing for Europe. So that's the thing. It's when people are going, oh, you know what? Oh, you should beat this team. You should beat that team. Oh, we should have beat Wolves and stuff like that. It's just like, yeah, but at that point, although Wolves were, I don't even think they were. I don't think Wolves were relegated at that point. But they had something to play for, just like Burnley had something to play for. Man City only beat Burnley 1-0, and we only beat Burnley 1-0. But they were playing for pride. They wanted to upset the party, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Every team we've played this season have pretty much, apart from the Spuds, have pretty much had the game of their season against us.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? And that's what we've been up against. That's literally what we've been up against. They've literally had the game of their season against us. So it's what do you do? What do? You just have to find a way to win. And we kept finding a way to win. And even tonight, it's just like, yeah, if we can get it done tonight. And like I said, it seems weird saying it because we've all repeated those words. If we can get it done tonight, but we're not kicking the ball.
Yeah.
It's just funny.
Yeah, it is actually. But yeah, big up to you, Unique, in the chat. But yes, if like I said, if anyone's wants to come on, more than welcome to. It's always an open house here. Oh, seems it's disappeared. Yeah, I'm sure he'll be back in a minute. So yeah, anyone in the chat, here he is. I was going to say what moments you got from this season. There you go. You're right there. So yeah, actually, what would you say? I know there's only one league game to go. I know it's Palace, but I doubt very much we'll score our be our league goal of the season against Palace. What is your goal of the season in the league? I'm just talking league, not talking Champions League, something like that. But that's where our best performances have come from, the Champions League. But what would you say best league goal you've seen this season?
Only because it was against them, and I can pick any one of Ezra's goals against them. It's take your pick.
They were all quality goals, though, weren't they? They were all top quality goals.
Every single one. I'm going to say Gyökeres is one against them. Oh, you know what? No, because then. Because Gyökeres' one against them was a good team goal as well. Like it was just a first time hit. Significance. Look at significance.
Yeah,
it's a difficult one.
It's not easy, is it? I mean, like years before, right? You can remember top goals. You know what I mean? From decades ago. For me, I can remember top goals from decades ago in specific seasons. And big up to one of my oldest friends in the chat. Big up Gunachik 74. Bless up to my champion Gooners. You know what I mean? Well, Gunachik is an absolute legend, people. I think we go way back from when we were like 7 years old. Incredible. You know what I mean? And now we're just 37. Bless her, man. Bless
You're
her.
never that old.
Hope you're enjoying tonight, man. No, man. Hey, we're not old, man. We don't look it. So yeah. I'll tell you what. But you know what? You'll probably agree with me as well. One of the most standout moments for me this season, and we haven't spoken that this person is getting a league medal because he's made enough appearances. Max Dowman, that second goal, that got me out of my seat. Seriously.
And you know what's underrated in that goal? It was Martinelli, like even just like blocking a defender to make sure that he got through. Like, it was. Like I said, it sums up our team.
Yeah, exactly. The best is yet to come from Max Dowman, I feel, and do you know what it is with him, right? I feel that because this league title's given everyone a lift now. The dynamic with the Champions League final has changed, because that would give them a real spring in their step. Like you say, I think the game would have been tougher if we didn't go into that as league champions.
Yeah.
But I also believe that if you're gonna bring, I know, age is nothing, right? In my opinion, but if Mikel Arteta is gonna bring one player off that bench that can frighten PSG or just do something, I would go with Dalman. Dalman, he's a fearless kid. He's fearless. He's not afraid of nobody. You know what I mean? He's not even afraid of thunder. He's not even afraid of lightning. That is Max Dalman. You know what I mean? I feel sometimes, for example, if Gabriel Martinelli or Noni Madueke come on as subs in a Champions League final, and it's 1-0 or we're 2-1 down, those two players that I just mentioned, we don't get consistency from them, and that's what worries me. You know what I mean? I think the Trossard, we're getting the consistency back, in my opinion. I feel, You know what I mean? But I just think with Dalman, it's a bit. Well, Luis Enrique may not even study him. You know what I mean? Or the coaching staff of PSG may not even have studied him, but they'll study Martinelli. They'll study Noni Madueke. You know what I mean? But I just feel that the stage is set for a Max Dalman. I'm not saying start the game. No way. I'm not saying start the game. I just think if we need to change things, I feel he would play without pressure. You'll see. I think we'll see different performances with the players in that Champions League final now. I'm not saying we're going to win it, but I think you're going to see a different dynamic now. You know what I mean? What do you reckon? I mean, do you think that'd be the case? In terms of us now we've got the league championship under our belt.
Yeah, again, no offense to French football. I think this season has been a bit more competitive for PSG in terms of the league title. I think they're only 6 points ahead of Lens, and if their game hadn't been rescheduled when it did, then Lens might have been even closer to toppling them. But it's a one-horse race over there. Do you know what I mean? It's you look at Germany and Bayern Munich, and everybody was waxing lyrical about Bayern Munich, and then they came and faced us, and we sorted that.
Yeah.
Everybody was waxing lyrical about Atletico Madrid when we first played them, and we sorted that, and then we sorted them again. We've seen off everybody. Like, do you know what I mean? And I know PSG are different, but at this stage of the season, so are we. And getting that extra bit of rest now for the players to truly recover, get over those little knocks and niggles and stuff like that. Get your massages in, get your proper training, work on that game plan relentlessly. Will be beneficial. I like our Brazilians in the Champions League, like even Jesus as well. Those both him and Martinelli, they work well together. First of all, and Martinelli's our top goal scorer in the Champions League this year. So I've got no problem with Martinelli. With Noni, I can't remember. I think was you on that show? But Noni just brings chaos. Apart from this season, Jeremy Doku hasn't been he's not a goal scorer. But say like this past few weeks, you've gone, Doku's getting some goals. Otherwise, he doesn't get goals. It's just that it's that unpredictability. It's that chaos that sort of winger brings, and Noni's a bit like that. But the flip side of that is the frustration. So yes, I'm with you. If you're going to bring on anyone if you're going to bring on anybody, like if you're going, okay, got Noni or Dalman, then it's Dalman. Because Dalman's unpredictability means he's going to win you a free kick in a dangerous area, potential penalty in dangerous because he's just fearless. Noni's fearless as well, but he's just a bit erratic sometimes. But I can take that chaos with Martinelli. When legs are tiring, know that he can run.
Well, let's not say Des Walker, right? Yeah, Des Walker, Kyle Walker.
Kyle Walker. No, but the thing is, even with the Kyle Walker one, it was just the ball didn't get out of his feet. Yeah. And that can happen in that sort of situation. That's fine. Because again, we look at what happened with Bayern Munich earlier in the season, and the ball was out of his feet, and he's away, and he's like, "Yep, I'm around the keeper, and I'm through on goal." So it's. I know we're going that these are professionals, and you should be able to get the ball out of your feet and this, that, and the other. Sometimes it just doesn't. It just doesn't. And that's what Arteta will be saying to the players. That's what his message to us as fans was during this season was, okay, we didn't have a good result today, but it's okay. We work in it, we go on. And then usually after a loss, we would go on and win the next 4 or 5. Or after a draw, we might draw the next one, but then we'd go and win the next 4 or 5. It's just going, okay, understand it. Still going off.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
It happens every 3 weeks or so. Don't worry, it'll go off in about 3 minutes. Trust me.
But yeah, it's like I said, it's understanding that. I said when now that we've won something, it's Arteta going, listen, understand that certain things happen. You're not always going to control the ball. You're not always going to run onto every through ball. It's just trusting that you have the ability to do it, even after you've not done it for 5 times in a row. You look at good goal scorers, for example, like goal scorers like Andy Cole and stuff like that. Sometimes Jermaine Defoe, they would have like 50 chances, and you go, they missed 50 chances, but their heads don't drop because they know they'll get another chance. So they've got another chance to score, and it's a numbers game. So it's just that. It's just being realistic and going, okay. But like I said, if you've got to try and stretch the game, I would bring on Martinelli and wouldn't bring on both Martinelli and Noni because it's too much chaos, if you know what I mean, and too much unpredictability. No, at least, I said I would bring on Martinelli and Dalman as the risk, but it's a final, and you just never know. You just never know.
Yeah, I know.
Just never know.
20 years ago from my last Champions League final, but I actually thought that 20 years ago, I thought we played well in that Champions League final with 10 men.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, I'm not going to talk about the result, but I couldn't fault the performance from the lads. You know what I mean? There you go. It's just gone off. Way back, bruv. Yeah, 100% Grunic, man. Yeah, we got way back. You know what I mean? Wow. But big up to Sham. The end of Bayern success stories. From mud to glory, a new era is finally here. Glory, glory, Arsenal.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's been a while, but it has been a while. You know, it's it's frustrating not winning trophies season after season. You know what I mean? Because I've always been used to seeing us challenge. Big up to DWTT, my boy Gary. Hello, Premier League champions indeed. You know, have you got something on tonight, Gary? Because if not, man, why don't you come in the chat, man? Come in the chat. You know, it's the link is in the chat here for anybody who wants to come on and say what's up, champions. And big up to Jim. Big up Jim, Arsenal, Napoli fan. Big up to you, man. How you doing, my friend? All right? Yeah, man. Yeah, we're champions, man. It's just, wow. Still sinking in for me, Jim. Seriously, mate. It really is still sinking in. But yeah, so basically, who else? I haven't really given props to
Jurriën Timber.
I spoke about him earlier, but I haven't spoken about him with you. But for me, I said earlier, for Timber, I know he's I think he's about 91% fit. according to the Opta stats and all that. I don't want to see him again until, well, you see with the Champions League. Now this is a tough one because if you can give him a run out for a little while, right, this Sunday, okay, but I just, we just think you just don't want it to break down, and then it's not easy. It's not easy for players with the types of injuries that they get to just come in and then you just throw them into a cup final, because for me, if he's fit, I don't know about match fitness, but I feel that he'd be on the bench. I mean, what's your take on Timber with 2 games left to go of the season with regards to his fitness?
I don't like players coming in cold for like a one-off game, if you know what I mean. I think he does need to get some minutes under his belt, whether it's 45 or 30. If it's starting 45 or coming on as a sub for 30 minutes, 20 minutes, I think he needs to get some sort of movement and match sharpness into his legs. I think it's more difficult to come in cold and to play against top elite athletes that PSG have, and being able to win those sort of duels. Saying that,
yeah,
he is a proper player, like, because I've seen him come in cold and perform well. So, and no bigger motivation than the Champions League final. But I think he'll get some minutes. I think he needs some minutes. It's you know what? It's just unfortunate because like Ben White was just getting into form.
Yeah.
For that injury, he was just getting
really
into form.
For him.
And if he was fit, we would have had. It probably would have been like, again, against Burnley, for example. It would have been the first time in God knows how long that we would have seen Ben White, Saka, Odegaard, and Havertz on that side. And that's like I said, my only criticism, not criticism. Ben White overlaps for Saka, which frees him up a bit more.
I like that, yeah.
Timber likes to invert a bit more. He's a better one-on-one defender, but he likes to invert a bit more. So sometimes you'll see him in that central striker role, whereas Ben White is usually just on the overlap. I mean, he does drift in a little bit sometimes, but it's mostly on that overlap. And that, like I said, that just frees up Saka a bit more, because it means that when he's being double marked, it means Ben White takes one of those defenders with him.
Yeah.
And gives Saka an opportunity to go one-on-one with someone. But yeah, if he can play for 20 minutes, you've got to make sure that he's capable to play, and because then if he gets that 20 minutes under his belt, it just builds up his match fitness and sharpness a little bit. So that means going into the final, you can keep him on for longer.
Yeah. No, I mean, I hear you on that, and you see, when it comes, you just mentioned with Ben White. Do you think he's played his last game for Arsenal?
No. I'm going to say no. Don't get me wrong, it depends on what we do in the summer. But the only reason why I say no is because I know genuinely Arteta likes him because he's versatile. He can play centre-back and he can play right-back. Guy can even play defensive, like CDM if he wanted to, because I think that's where he played at Leeds when he was on loan there from Brighton. So he can play in that position as well. So I think Arteta likes that versatility and to have him. And again, Ben is just a professional, because he just goes into work. Like, do you know what I mean? And he loves Saka. He loves Arsenal. I'm not saying that Arsenal's his favourite club or anything like that. I don't think he supports the team in general. But he loves the environment that he's in, and he knows that during the season he will get opportunities. He's not one that was just going to go and sulk and be like, I'm not playing, I'm not getting enough game time. He understands that he gets injuries. Timber gets injuries. There's games that he can play, and there's times that Timber's going to need a rest and he's not in form, and so he'll get a run of games. And I think because of that, he may just he himself may just go, no, I'm happy to stay. If it turns out during the season that he's not getting the game time, then he might look at it. But
can you hear that?
Yeah.
Arsenal.
Everywhere, right?
I'm telling you.
There's probably fans still at the stadium. Like Ian Wright was there, Jeremy Corbyn was there, DJ AG was there. Like everybody was just there. Yeah. Everybody. People just turning up.
And this is the west. This is the west side of Arsenal. There's a lot of Arsenal fans around here. A lot. You know what I mean?
Dude, London. Like I said, London is truly red. Like that parade. Even if it's just for the Premier League, that parade is going to be roadblock. Like it's literally going to shut down the whole of Islington.
It's something. It's gonna look like the Million Man March from decades ago in the US, man. Seriously, that's what it's gonna look like. It's definitely gonna look like the Million Man March. but yeah. So oh, brain's gone. Yeah. So basically, yeah. So we was talking about Ben White, and for me, I love the guy, but I think he may get sold, and I'm only thinking that because I know it's something that Arsenal done over the years where they've sold or let go of players, run down their contracts, good players because of their injury profile. And Danny Welbeck was victim to that because I loved Danny Welbeck. I wanted him to stay at Arsenal. You know what I mean? Even when we had Aubameyang, Lacazette, I didn't want Welbeck to go anywhere. And look at Welbeck now. I mean, for me, I would be shocked if, like, say, Danny Welbeck, I'm just going off topic, man, but someone like Welbeck, I'd be shocked if he didn't make the England squad. So, you know what I mean? But it was just unfortunate. And Jack Wilshere as well. He was another one, injury prone. And that's why, he was surplus requirements. But yeah, if Ben White, see, for me, I would personally, I said I think that Ben White will go. I mean, will be sold. But if I had a choice to keep him as a squad player, then I'd keep him. You know what I mean? I really do, because he does offer something. And you basically, it would just echo everything you just said. I loved the White Saka partnership. And I think Ewan Timber's a better right back, but I think the White Saka partnership, I've always said, is better than the Timber Saka partnership.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah. But I'll tell you what, but on the left hand side, right? I mean, Calafiori, Nketiah, that's gonna be well, I know that we've signed Nketiah already. So he's now an Arsenal player. Now, for me, that left-hand side, if Calafiori is not sold in the summer, I hope he doesn't get sold. I know that's another one who has the occasional injury problems. Those two players on the left-hand side, I haven't got an issue with whoever plays, but I just think Calafiori yesterday, I thought Nketiah would have played yesterday, but Calafiori, did he go off injured?
I think they said he did.
He had a knock, didn't he? I'm sure.
Yeah, it's precautions. Yeah. You've got to take precautions. Look, the left back position. I don't think Calafiori is going anywhere. Because I know we signed Nketiah. The both of them can play left back or left centre back.
Yeah, that's right. I like that versatility.
When I see Calafiori play, he's confident. Like he's super confident in his ability.
Yeah.
When I see Nketiah play, he's a fighter. Confident in his position, but he's a fighter more so. But Calafiori, like he looks calm. Like it doesn't look like much phases him, if you know what I mean. But he's a confident player. Like he gets up there with shots, and like the guy's been unlucky to have a few goals disallowed this season. But he's a confident player, so I don't think Arteta wants to get rid of him. Like, you know what I mean? If we're looking at players that if we were to look at the players that we wanted to get that Arteta would potentially get rid of, I'd go in midfield, and it's a shame because I thought he's done well for us, but Norgard will be gone. I personally believe either one of Martinelli or Trossard will be gone. Jesus is gone. Let's look for elsewhere you might want to trim it. Who else you got in midfield?
Jesus is done.
Gone.
I mean,
I think he goes to Italy and does. I think he goes to Italy and has a fantastic career.
So I know Saudi ain't coming for him. I'm not surprised that Saudi hasn't come in for him yet.
No, the thing is, they could do, because again, he'd go there and have a fantastic career. I think he'd want to play in Italy. Like if the opportunity come up, I think he'd want to play in Italy. And like I said, if the opportunity come up, Arteta would let him go for a reasonable price. Like, you know, he won't price him out of a move, if you know what I mean. You know, when he comes to the club, when him and Zinchenko came to the club, they upped the level, and
they did.
No, he does. Again, he is frustrating, but he's not an out-and-out striker. So yes, I get why people are just like, you know, but it's like Havertz is not an out-and-out striker. He's more of he played as a 10 at Leverkusen. So yeah, it's a difficult one, but I think he'll be gone. There's every possibility that I'm going to say it. I think there's a possibility that Havertz might go.
Yeah, there is. That's what I've heard as well. And if he does, he does. But I hope he doesn't start the Champions League final. By the way, I'd rather Gyökeres start that final. Because you need someone like, I think Gyökeres, you need someone like him to just bully the centre halves. You know what I mean? And I think that'd be it. But don't get me wrong, I think Havertz still has an important part to play in that final, but I wouldn't start him. You know, I just wouldn't start him. But yeah, and as for Martin Odegaard, I got to mention Martin Odegaard because for me, he's the Arsenal captain. In my opinion, it should be Rice or Gabriel. But for me, with Martin Odegaard, it's like sometimes I look at it and I think to myself, the way he performs on the pitch at times is just, you know, he can come out with the one assist like he did against West Ham, but then for me, he doesn't contribute anything in my opinion. I don't know what has happened to him in the last few years because 22, 23, at times he looked unplayable. 23, 24, I thought as well. And then last season, do you think it was because the system was slightly changed? Well, not slightly, was changed from 24, 25 season. We just looked different in games, especially in league games, and this season as well. Do you think that's played a part in the dip in form from Martin Odegaard in the last couple of years, even though he has had to deal with injuries as well?
I'm going to give you an example. So before Odegaard recently came back from injury, which then it was Man City, and we looked poor. And everybody was like, we're trying to pass out the back, and we can't do it. Was it the final? Yeah, it must have been the final. Because he didn't start the final, did he?
No, he didn't. You got me now. No, he didn't. He didn't. Yeah,
because we couldn't pass anywhere. And when he came back, everybody went. I know people saying, "Oh, Kepa." Yes, Kepa was a huge part to play in that as well in terms of his distribution. But what Odegaard does when he's not there, you realise that you missed him, and when he is there, you go, "I want him to do more," because we know he can do more. So we couldn't pass out that game from the back. And when he came back, everybody went, "Oh yeah, Arsenal look better." Yeah, because he goes and picks up the ball from the back line and then runs with it. And that's what Eze doesn't do. So Odegaard picks up that ball along the back line between him and Rice and the defenders and takes it forward and carries it forward. When we've got the balance right, and this was the same with Martinelli, when we had that balance right with Xhaka and Zinchenko on the left-hand side with Martinelli, and Martinelli flourished. When Miles Lewis-Skelly's on that left-hand side, in that left 8, and Rice is in the 6, we've got that balance. And they look better. And because Miles can carry the ball and pick up the ball and drive it forward, which Zubimendi, I just think with Zubimendi it's just fatigue, but him and Rice don't offer the same balance as what Miles Lewis-Skelly and Rice offers. So that's crazy. Zubimendi might be sold. It's crazy to say that, right? Zubimendi might be sold.
Sell him, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't sell him, but it's just crazy. He started off the season fantastically, and I think he just faded a little in recent weeks because the games have tallied up for him. He's played a lot of minutes, that guy, and fair play to him, he's done well. But balance, and I know Arteta likes balance. He likes a left-footed centre back, a left-footed centre back on the left side. He likes a right-footed centre back on the right side. He likes a left-footed player on the left side. He likes a right-footed player on the right side. Both Zubimendi and Rice are right-footed players playing the 6 and the 8, and Rice is trying to play the 8 as a right-footed player when he should be playing that 8 on the right-hand side and Zubimendi on that left-hand side, if you see what I mean. Yeah. But he wants the left 8 to be that player and not swapping it around and going, okay, if we have a left 8, I'm going to have a right 8. So I think we'll see more of Miles Lewis-Skelly next season. But even with that, I think we'd massively miss Odegaard if we got rid of him. Massively.
You think so?
Yeah. And like I said, it's just because of that link-up play. It's like I said, right. when we that season when we signed Jesus and Zinchenko, the press that Jesus and Odegaard do meant that Martinelli was pressing higher up. And the three of them were pressing so high up the pitch that we were winning a lot of balls higher up the pitch and then scoring goals. And yes, Jesus went through that barren period of like 30 games, whatever it was, 20 games or whatever, of not scoring goals. But we were winning the ball higher up the pitch.
Yeah.
And the pressure was from those three. And Saka as well. I'm not ruling out Saka as well, but those three pressed hard. I know Odegaard doesn't really make a tackle because he tries to intercept balls, but it's the fact that he's pressing. But when you watch him now, sometimes it looks like he's just the thing is he's still doing his same type of press where he's looking to intercept balls and stuff like that. But then he's the only one doing it. And as I said before, he had Jesus doing it, and he had Martinelli doing it, and he had Saka doing it. And it meant that players like Ben White could push up, that Zinchenko could push up and put more pressure on that back line. Arteta will look to, I think Arteta will look to balance that back out again next season in the summer, and then we'll see a better Odegaard. I think partly this season, yes, with the injuries, yes, with again, he's the captain of his nation as well, so he's been carrying that on his back. They've got to the World Cup, so he's. Again, you don't want to get injured and miss the World Cup. So there's been that sort of handbrake as well. Just going, I just want to try and get through games and blah 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 blah. He will get time. He will get time to put it right. I think we definitely have to keep. I know Arteta will keep him anyway. So it's mute. But I said I think he just links up our defence.
Okay. Oh, cool. Yeah, I mean. That's fair play to you with your Odegaard assessment there. I mean, for me, I'm not his biggest fan, but you know, it's I just want to, if he's going to be at the club next season, if he doesn't go, I just want to see a different attitude with him. You know what I mean? It's just, I just want to see that. But one thing,
I'll ask you a question: if he was to go, who would you get?
Well.
Who replaces him? Who replaces him? Like I said, Eze doesn't play that same sort of way.
Yeah, but I would stick him in a 10. And it's like I find that with Odegaard, he'd be better as an 8, in my opinion.
Yeah,
And you know what I mean? I just find, but for me, if you talk number 10, Eze for me would be the man. Would you believe, right? I was playing Football Manager in it, and this is where the game can be so real, and then it's unrealistic because I ended up selling Martin Odegaard to a Saudi club, man, for like about 80 odd million, man. I thought, yeah, I got to take the money. Yes, I took it. I'm like, come on, man. And it's like, that's not real, but I had to laugh. I had to laugh. But yeah, so I would, yeah, for me, Eze would be the one. But for me, Eze's also got to work harder at times, especially in terms of keeping his place. Even Waneri, as much as I love him to stay at the club, I've been hearing stuff that there's been a lot more going on, and I've not been in. And to be honest, I've not really been impressed with him. To be honest with you, because I think he's a wonderful talent. It's like apparently the way he's been getting on in such a way, it's kind of like like when we had issues with Jermaine Pennant, and Jermaine Pennant looked like the next best thing. And for us, I thought he was going to, but he did well at other clubs he was at anyway. But big up to Chubba Knuckles though. Yeah, big up to you. Wish we could loan some players to West Ham for last game now. Innit? You know what? I think West Ham are still there. They're still fighting. They're still fighting. Thanks to Chelsea today, they are still fighting. It's 2 points. You know what? The Olympic Stadium's going to have to be rocking on Sunday. I know a lot of West Ham fans, including my dad. And it's going to have to be rocking. So, yeah. And, my dad was pleased that Arsenal finally won the league after all these years as well. But, so, yeah. It's that, if Everton, I feel Everton's still in a run for Europe, Steve. I think they are.
I think they are. Yeah,
Yeah.
it depends on results, but I think they are. And Moyes getting one over Spurs to help West Ham, his former club.
Oh yeah. He'll he'll want to prove something, and you know what?
If Moyes were to beat, if Everton were to beat Tottenham and West Ham was to beat Leeds, David Moyes will be forever in West Ham folklore. He really was with the Conference League win, but he will literally go down. He'll literally go down as one of the greatest managers when he wasn't even at the club.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, my dad's favourite all-time manager at West Ham was John Lyall, and John Lyall. I remember John Lyall from my youth, and he was a very good manager at West Ham. He was manager of West Ham when he was the last West Ham. That was when they were the last. Let me get this right. They were the last second division club to win the FA Cup under that man, and they beat us 1-0 in the final.
Yeah,
in 1980, and no one else in it's now they're called the Championship, but no one else has done that. There's been teams that have got to finals, but they've not won the FA Cup. And yeah, Sergio Brookins scored as well, an absolute West Ham legend. It's like Darren says here, yeah, good luck to the Irons, but it will be hard. I'll tell you what, Dan, we'll be rooting for West Ham. Seriously, we will be rooting for them. Got to win, and Spurs got to lose. Imagine if it happens. Best season ever. Yeah. I'm telling you, John, because yeah, it could do.
It could happen. Like I said,
if that happens,
Moyes. Like, I know the sponsor at home, but Moyes will want to win.
Yeah. And I think he could. I really think he
could. Look, they drew with City. They drew with City, and if refereeing decisions and other things had gone their way, they'd have easily won that game.
I think so.
They've got the ability to go and easily just smash Tottenham, who are in poor form. They got beat tonight by West London Blue. So they're not carrying any form into this game. All they're carrying through is just a hope. A hope. And like I said, West Ham, yes, they're not carrying any form either, but they're at home as well, and they're against Leeds. Leeds are safe. Leeds are not playing for anything of the two clubs, so they can relax and enjoy the day. And I think most clubs hate the Spiders more than they hate West Ham, so it could be happening.
Yeah, exactly. John Law was good. Was he there when they beat us? Yes, Darren. My dad told me that it was Ron Greenwood. Ron Greenwood was West Ham manager. I think in the 60s, 70s, and then John Lyle took over. I'm sure it was John Lyle. Who I know John Lyle was definitely the one who won the cup with West Ham in 1980. But I think when they won the FA Cup in 75, I'm not too sure if it was John Lyle or Ron Greenwood. But I know John Lyle was definitely the one who led them out to that the win over us in 1980. But yeah, and then he was at Ipswich as well. But no, he's my dad's all-time favourite manager. And plus, West Ham, 40 behind me, it was 40 years ago. West Ham finished third in the old First Division, and it looked like for a while that they could have broke the Liverpool Everton domination, because Liverpool won the league and then Everton finished second, and West Ham third, and that was their best ever league finish. They were an incredible team at the time, West Ham, though. But I don't think they won't hit those heights again for a very long time, in my opinion.
No, the thing is, they like a lot of clubs, not a lot of clubs, but like a few clubs, their recruitment policy hasn't been good, and they need to sort of go back to basics and trust their youth.
Well, that's what's been good for them, and that's the thing. It's like them, like Nottingham Forest, for decades. Their youth has been, their academy's been incredible. Their academy was better than ours. Over the years. Don't get me wrong. We've always, every decade we've had some gems. I mean, I'm going back before I was born, before we were born. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I mean, we can chillax either way. Final day now, no squeaky bum time. Yeah, it's so true, and that's the thing. It'd be a nice chilled out game against Palace, but you'd like to win it though, innit? Keep that momentum going, with Champions League final coming up. It's a stuff dreams are made of, us winning the league or the Champions.
Where's he gone? Am I the only one on there? Okay, if I'm the only one on there, I'm going to talk more about Arsenal. Champions League final. This is the team I want to see. Rayo in goal. I said, I think you can flip a coin for Calafiori and Nketiah at left back. The centre backs pick themselves. Right back, if Timber's fit, he plays. In the middle, I'm going with Rice and Miles Lewis-Skelly. On the left, Trossard. On the right, Saka. Odegaard in behind Gyökeres. And I think that has to be it. I'm going to wait for him to come back on. Again, it's been a long season, guys. It really has been a long season. We have had to endure. I know people say, "Oh, Arsenal had so many decisions go for us." We've had more decisions go against us than we have for us. That's why Arteta is always there like that. Welcome back.
Yeah, you know what? I think it was oh, no, it's back. I had to switch from my mobile hotspot. I got a lot of gig on this phone. It's you know what? I think it's Sky Broadband just being silly. I think it's the engineers. They must be Tottenham fans, so they're not happy with what's happened tonight. So they're just trying to cut me out. You know what I'm saying?
Sabotage.
Yeah, that's what it is, man. It's bloody Spurs fans, man. That's what they're trying to do with me. You know what I mean? It's that last one from Darren, isn't it? As soon as I mentioned Spurs being relegated, they were like, "Oh, you know what's going on? Okay, yeah, right."
Cut the feed. Cut the feed.
In it, cut it. And they're just down the road from me and Isleworth, bunch of jokers. Sky Broadband, just you know what? I'm gonna have to switch, man, because that slogan about believing better, what a load of rubbish, man. West Ham have always been a bit of a bogey side for us. Yeah, they have done over the years. They really have done. And
in saying that, they've been a bogey side for a lot of the top teams. Remember when famously Man United?
Yeah. The the 1-1 draw.
Yeah,
the 1-1 draw, and Blackburn lost to Liverpool at Anfield, and they still won the lead that day, all because United couldn't beat West Ham.
Yep. Paul Ince was in that side, in that United side, wasn't he?
See,
was he captain? No.
I remember they had who was that? That was
Frank McAvenny.
That was Frank McAvenny was an absolute diamond of a player. I remember he was at St Mirren, and the only how I knew he was at St Mirren is because I had like the football sticker album, like Football 85. Do you remember Panini albums? And I'd get doubles of Frank McAvenny, St Mirren. And then when I realised when they signed him for West Ham, he and Tony Cottee had this crazy partnership. I think McAvenny, he was the top scorer that season. I think he scored about 32 goals and Tony Cottee scored about 30 goals. That's one of the reasons why I miss 4-4-2 because the 4-4-2 with the twin strike partnerships. I miss that, man. I really do miss that. But I think he was at West Ham for a couple of seasons. Then he went to Celtic, and then he actually came back to West Ham. But he wasn't the player he was, but he'd still scored a few goals for him. But yeah, McAvenny and Cottee, he's still here. I know. Well, you're just a trooper. Seriously. You know what I mean?
Bedtime.
Absolute trooper. Yeah. 100%, 100%. But yeah, man. But I'll tell you what, it's after 2 already. It's been going live for almost 2 hours. And we've got a few people in the building. Please smash the likes as well. Like, share, subscribe if you haven't yet. Appreciate that. But
support good content, people. Support good content.
Yeah, man. And support this guy. They call me Stepney. Stepney. He sounds like like what do you call it? He's like one of them detective shows. Yeah. It's one of them detective shows, you know what I mean? It's like, oh yeah, and it's like, gosh, they call me Stepney. All right. The case of the lost bottle of rum, which was needed to drink to Arsenal's Premier League success, and I can't find it. I will solve the case. Big up John Mack. The Lion Arsenal FC has awoken, reared up its head, fixed his gaze like flint on that Premier League trophy, and with a loud rumbling roar, wraps his paws around it and rests. Champions, champions, champions. Yeah, too right, man. Too right. Big up to you, John Mack. Big up to you, sir. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, Man United away, never easy. Get it? We were lucky. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Man United sometimes though, they're another team. They're another team like in seasons when they've won the league as well, right? There's times where we were so inconsistent over the years where we've actually taken points from them, or the times when they never beat us. You know what I mean? But hold on a sec. Oh, Antonio's in the house. John Mack. Big up John Mack, man. Hold on a sec. Hold on, Antonio. Stand by. Stand by. Coming to get you, man. Coming to get you. There he is. Antonio, how are you, man?
Hey, Brady, how you doing, man? And the other guy, what's his name? They call me Stepney. Is it Stepney?
Yeah, it's Stephen, but they call me
Stephen.
Stepney.
Nice to meet you, Stephen. Antonio, nice to meet you, my guy.
Nice to meet you,
first time on your channel, Brady. Thanks for having me on, man. Just a late entrance, but
welcome.
I'll stay for about half an hour before I go. But I want to chime in and give like a salute to your channel, my guy.
No, appreciate that. And while you're here as well, just tell us about your emotions of today, because I know when we spoke yesterday, you heard me saying that. You heard me saying, I thought after that Burnley performance, I said, you know what, let's just, because it was stressing me to the point where I just hope that Bournemouth can do something, because I wouldn't be looking forward to the Sunday game, because I feel maybe Palace could upstage us if it went to last day of the season.
Yeah.
And I'm glad what's happened actually happened. But what was running through your mind, man, earlier on?
Oh, guys, it's 22 years. 22 years, but we've been waiting for this moment, because within those 22 years, we could have won more titles where we didn't do it. But the fact that we did it this season, it's absolutely fantastic. It's just unbelievable. And yeah, look, to feed off what you said, Brenny, I wanted the title to be won tonight, because the way we played yesterday, or should I say 2 nights ago, because now it's past midnight. So the way we played on Monday night, to have brought that performance potentially into the Palace game, if Man City would have beaten Bournemouth, that is, it would have been crunch time. It would have been stressful. And to bring that performance to PSG, forget it. We would have got slaughtered. So that's why I wanted Bournemouth to do something to save ourselves from having to go to the very last game on Sunday against Palace, especially with the performance that we go against Burnley. But now that we've done it, Bournemouth helped us. So bless up to Bournemouth. They play fantastic, by the way, against Man City. Bournemouth should have won that game.
Oh gosh,
So now we got an opportunity to. I don't know how you guys feel about this, Brady and Stephen, whether we should go either weak against Palace, like just play the kids, or maybe not go fully strength, but maybe semi-strength. For example, I could play some players and then take them off at half-time, play Norgard, play Dowman, play Skelly, play Madueke, and then just rest the rest of the players until PSG, or do we just go with the kids this Sunday and just rest totally for PSG?
Yeah, I mean, for me, Marley Salmon would have to feature. Josh Nichols, he didn't go out on loan, did he? Because
I don't think he did.
See, Josh Nichols, I would bring him in at right back. He showed promise. He showed promise in pre-season, and I would actually play Saliba, rest Gabriel, and left back. Ooh, left back.
That's the question. Yeah.
Yeah, I would play Hincapié, give him some more minutes.
Fitness. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And then midfield, you got to play Norgard. Norgard and MLS, because I don't think MLS will start in the Champions League final. I just have this feeling he won't. I'd like him, but I don't think he will. You know what I mean? And that's one thing about Arteta, because he can still be, he can still go through his Champions League final lineup, and you think, oh my God, what's he doing? So I'll go Miles Lewis Skelly and Norgard, and then Noni Madueke would have to play. And I would then play, oh gosh, what's his name?
Martinelli?
No, actually, yeah, Martinelli would feature. I'll play him on the left. I don't want Trossard anywhere near that team until the final, because I've been happy with Trossard's form recently, and I'd play Gabriel Jesus up front.
Yeah,
and it's a no pressure game, so do not be surprised if Jesus scores a couple of goals.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's no pressure game. Yeah, absolutely. So why not play like the reserves or the kids?
Only. Oh, sorry. No, sorry. I forgot. I'd play Max Dowman.
Yeah, or Dowman as well. Yeah,
I'll play Max Dowman in a 10. And but I'd have about maybe 3 or 4 kids in the team.
We can do that. And also, like towards the end, I'm not sure if this can be done. Get all the main players out, get the kits on, and lift the Premier League trophy.
Yeah. I mean, I'll totally agree with that. I mean, but Stephen, from what Antonio was saying, what would you do?
It's the FA Cup team that we played against Portsmouth, isn't it? Pretty much, for me. Right, pretty much what you said, Brady, but it's got to be the FA Cup team that we played against Portsmouth. That's that sort of team.
Mansfield as well?
Sorry?
Mansfield as well?
Yeah, Mansfield as well, yeah.
Yeah,
quite similar team. I would say though, I think Zubimendi actually needs to play that game. If he doesn't play that game, he will be on the bench in the final. And the only reason why I say that is he hasn't played recently, and I don't think his confidence is quite there.
Right.
I don't think his confidence is 100%. Like I said, Skelly's come in and Skelly's absolutely bossed it.
Yes.
In the games that he's played recently.
Yeah.
And Arteta's gone, oh, right, I can actually trust this guy in his preferred position. And like I said to you, Brenny, earlier, it's that balance. You've got a left-footed player in that left 8. And he can carry the ball. He can hold the ball up. He can, ride challenges. He can hold players off. He uses his body well. He's a bit more sharper with his passes. It takes 1 or 2 more risks with his passes, not as assured. But that's just wanting to influence the game, if you know what I mean. But if Zubimendi doesn't start against Crystal Palace and play at least like 60 minutes, he doesn't start the final, because I don't think the confidence is there. Even yesterday, even against Burnley, he didn't start, and then against West Ham, he came on. He didn't start, came on as a sub, and then was subbed off, and Skelly was preferred. And I just think it's because of that balance that Skelly offers. I think, like I said, we looked a bit more free when Skelly first played in that position, and everybody just went, "Oh, okay, that's it. That's the balance. That's the actual balance that we need." So that's why I think, for me, Skelly starts in the Champions League final.
And I agree with you.
I hope so.
But I just think that Arteta will probably look at it and think,
We're about to tie.
Yeah, that's the thing with Arteta. I'll be ecstatic, seriously, if it was Rice and MLS, because they struck up a real, understanding in that middle of the park. You know what I mean? They really have.
See, this is why I think Arteta has learned in season, because that game that Lewis Skelly started, and he shocked everybody, because I was like, this is a must-win game, like they all are, but this is a must-win game. And he started Lewis Skelly, and I think like I said, I think it's for that balance reason. I think it's for that balance, which is why I think. Don't get me wrong. I again, because I was there going, oh, but no, he'll start Zubimendi because experience, and that's what he's been bought for and stuff like that, and blah blah blah. But Arteta will have to look at form. It's not like the League Cup final. A Champions League final can be once in your managerial career, depending on how things go. And he will look at it and go, do I upset a player, or do I go for what's right for the team and stick with the balance? And I think he'll go with the balance. I think. Look, what do I know?
Yeah.
I just don't want him to bring in Zubimendi Odegaard and Havertz into that final. Please don't. I don't want that. But I've got a feeling that he might bring Zubimendi in. In regards to Havertz and Odegaard, I would say maybe he'll play Eze and Gyökeres, but Zubimendi, I've got a feeling he'll bring him back in. But I hope he doesn't. But we'll see what happens.
I mean, you know what, Antonio, you could even say go with Havertz, right, to start that game. I wouldn't want him. None of us want him to start the game, but for me, then you'll get a few fans say, "Oh yeah, start him," because he scored in the final 5 years ago, so he can do it again.
Yeah, for Chelsea. Oh, yes, why not? Yeah, I know.
But I said to Stephen earlier on, for me, he can make an impact from the bench. I just don't want him starting that game. I don't want him starting that game. I'd rather have Victor Gyökeres, who's just in recent weeks he's come in a bit of form, scored a few goals, and I think he's just a bully. And you need to bully PSG. You know what I mean? They don't like it. Their centre halves don't like it when you bully them. But but from Darren, the process was late, but
Darren Sullivan, Darren Mugger.
Yeah, big up Darren, man. Yeah, he's been in for a while in chat. Oh, he's a top guy, he is, man. Maresca, I don't believe it. And well, do you know what? Do you know what? It's kind of like. I mean, I will talk about this. At least we can talk about it freely now that Maresca going to City. I mean, wow. It's do you think it'd be a case of right now? I know Guardiola was at City from 2017. No, sorry, 2016, 2017 season, and Sir Alex Ferguson, for example. He was at United from 86. Won 13 Premier League titles. He retired in 2013. David Moyes took over, and it ended badly for David Moyes after a few months. Do you think would you guys think that it'd be the same for Enzo Maresca?
No, it won't be the same.
No.
He's
not a bad manager.
It won't be the same. He's not bad, but he's not a Guardiola.
No one is. Yeah.
His wife.
Steve, what's your take?
I don't think it'd be the same as like a David Moyes or even a Unai Emery sort of situation. But here's the thing: they're still going to be going through a transition, and whoever the breakup guy is always going to find it tough. Yes, he's been in and around the club, so he knows it. So, there's going to be that sort of familiarity with only a few of the players, not many, because there's been a lot of signings since then. And it's just going to be, they're going to find it tough. I don't think, you're right, Antonio. I don't think it's going to be as bad as what like Moyes or Unai Emery had, but he's going to find it. He's going to find it tough. Because they're obviously still going to spend money because who want to sign a couple of players don't want to sign a couple of players to give the fans a boost and everything. We're still going to be challenging for the title and stuff like that, which they will do. I do believe that they'll still challenge for the title. I just don't think that. I don't think City fans should expect much from the first season. I mean, even Pep in his first season didn't. I don't think he won anything in his first season, did he?
Who's that?
No.
Who, Pep?
Yeah.
Pep in his first season at City, he was empty-handed.
So if City fans, I mean, true City fans, if they give him the time, then it could work out. But we know in the age of it's not working for 3 games, sack him, get rid of him. Maresca, he might not get the chance. Is what I'm thinking. We look at West London Blue, and they've sort of gone through managers because they're not giving them the chance. And Rossini came in, and everybody was like, blah blah blah, feature, but you just got to give the guy a chance. We gave Arteta a chance. We're not known for sacking managers just like that. I think in our history, we really had about. we've only had about 14 managers in our history. That's probably a bit more, but
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Teams like Chelsea have had 14 managers in like 3 years. Even Watford have had 14 managers in like 3 years, and a crazy period for them. So we don't get rid of the managers, but teams like City, where they will keep on demanding success straight away, they might not give them the chance, and that's my only thing.
Yeah, I think they were discussing this on DJB's channel, and it's still going live right now as we speak. Yeah.
Oh wow.
I think we have got a chance to dominate if we do things right, because as you, Brenny, and Stephen said, in regards to Man City going through a possible transition with Maresca, Alonso, Chelsea, I don't know how well he's gonna, if he brings the Bayern Leverkusen kind of like a winning mentality, then Chelsea can be dangerous. But if it's going to be like the Real Madrid period that he managed, then yeah, they don't want to do anything. Liverpool, I don't know how much of a threat they would be. I think Aston Villa could be a threat. You know, if they win this Europa League final, and you know they'll get Champions League anyway. You know, so I reckon they could be like a danger. But I reckon if we do things right, gentlemen, we could dominate for maybe the next 2 seasons at least. We could dominate and win more trophies.
Yeah, and I agree with you there. But I feel as well that as long, you know, as far as I know, we're going to be playing better football. I hear that's already been discussed from a very good friend of mine. Please check out Bobby on Football Takeover. He does a lot of stuff for the FA. He knows what's going on, and he basically said that they will not be, they're not going to tolerate this football that we played this season. We will not be seeing that this season. You know, we'll be seeing a different brand of football next season. So, you know, and but I feel now it's going to be a different dynamic. Mentality is going to be stronger now after getting this first one under their belt, and hopefully that's what we'll see next season.
Yeah, hopefully.
Down here saying, I mean, but first and foremost, the style is a bonus. We've been sport under Wenger and Graham, who, despite having a boring label, was entertaining. Now, and exactly, and the thing is, and you know, it's something that we've seen on many channels discussed, and Shane Gooner, big up to Shane Gooner.
Yeah, big up to him.
You know, I love the guy, man. He's done a lot for me and helped me grow with subscribers and whatnot, and always be eternally grateful. Even he said it early yesterday morning, like, and we've all said it, where George Graham for the last three seasons, the football was just dire, even though he won 3 cups in 2 seasons. But in George Graham's early years, we played some great football. His 1990-91 team's one of my favourite title-winning teams. You know, losing 1 game, they played some great football. And
we should have been invincible that season.
Yeah,
we should have been. We should have done. You know what I mean? That Chelsea defeat. Oh my gosh, you know. But it was. But yeah, it was a great season. I just remember battling all my schoolmates for that. It was great. And under Wenger as well, we were sport. And I think. And do you all agree? Right. Let me just talk about Arsene Wenger. Now I know I heard. I haven't seen it yet, but it's probably on social media where he's basically. He was sitting on a glass of wine celebrating our title win. And
I saw on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, you know. But with Wenger, he only won 3 league titles when I think about it. You know, and he was at the club, 22 years. And do you all think, you know, he's a legend, right? No doubt. 2 doubles, invincible. Do you all think he should have won more league titles? Because for me, when I look at it now, he should have won at least 7.
Yes, he should have. Because I think there were a couple of verses where we came runners up. You know, when Leeds screwed us over a couple of times. You know, so and also like there was that. Was it but was it the night? I think the 99. Yeah, there were a couple of seasons where like we came runners up, and also there was the season where Leicester won the league, where they lost 2 games that season, both to us, and we came runners up.
Yeah.
There was the Galatasaray final. We lost on penalties on the UEFA Cup. There was a few like League Cup finals that we lost. But Birmingham, Chelsea, Man City.
Yeah.
Champions League 2006. There were titles that we could have won. We could have won way more. Absolutely.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I mean, because with the cups and league titles, Wenger should have left Arsenal with a plethora of cups.
Yeah.
And leagues. But you know what is what it is. He still, he just, for me, he transformed English football, in my opinion. You know what I mean? And even in our lower, even when we were in our lowest, we were still producing good football because of who we had. So, but we were sport under the two of them. But yeah, it's you do as a manager, coach, players, you do become legends when you win league titles. But I feel but you know what I mean. But I feel like a lot of the players under Wenger and Graham won it more than once, and this is what these boys will have to do all again next season. But for now, all we can do is just enjoy it. Got a Champions League final with no pressure to play for, and got a World Cup to look forward to. So it's gonna be a very, very good summer.
You know what? Just to answer that question as well. I know there's no. I say this halfly sarcastically. I know there's no media. I know there's no referee bias against us. Okay, it's just you don't get decisions. But there were times in the Wenger era, even up until now, even in the George Graham era, we clearly don't get the rub of the green. For example, our 49th game, the 50th one against Man United.
Yes. Yeah.
That was criminal.
Disgrace. Yeah.
The Champions League game where they sent off Van Persie for a second yellow for kicking the ball, that's criminal.
The game against Barcelona.
Yeah, away at the
where he didn't hear the whistle. Yeah,
couldn't hear the whistle. Like it's just criminal, and people can laugh at it, but Chelsea fans will know when they had their incident with Barcelona, and Drogba was furious.
Yes.
And then it turns out, maybe Barcelona were paying referees. But it's only in the Liga. No, they were paying referees everywhere. Like they were criminals, basically. Do you know what I mean? Every team, and I mean this wholeheartedly, and I will say it with my full chest, rightly so, every team respected Sir Alex, right?
Yeah.
But they respected him to the fact that they set up knowing that they were going to lose. Like literally, they set up. Like I remember there was one game. I think it might have been against like a Wolves or something like that, and they got a draw or something, and the Wolves manager was like, "I've rested like half my team because I've got a far more important game. We were going to lose this game anyway." And then they got the draw, and it was just like, or they came close to getting a draw, getting a point or something like that, and it was just like, well, if you had played your full team, you might have got a better result. And it was just like, well, we were going to lose this game anyway because it's Man United. Sam Allardyce loved Sir Alex and would was always like, Sir Alex, Sir Alex. Everybody loved Sir Alex so much, so that they gave him the respect, but they literally set up to lose, and the officials themselves obviously respected Sir Alex, but it just meant that we didn't get decisions because there were times, especially in those Man United Arsenal games. Yes, there was good rivalry and everything else, but our players got kicked and beat, like more so, and nothing was really ever done. So I think yes, we could have won more titles, but yeah, Jose Antonio Reyes getting an absolute pelter from, was it Phil Neville or was it Gary? Which one of it was one of them?
Both of them. Both of them top turns.
Yeah.
So I said, we've been, I said, and even in upper seasons, and you go, we've been hard done by. We've been hard done by officials. If you look at even these last couple of seasons and stuff like that, and you go with VAR and everything else, and you go, oh, then we've been hard done by here. Like, look at last season. It was last season. Rice got sent off, for tapping the ball away. Second, the follow through from that player was nowhere even near warranted. Jesus got a booking from a Wolves player sticking his finger up his bum. David Luiz with that, literally just running there when he didn't play the ball, and you go, yeah, but it's not a red card. You got a red card and a penalty for that foul, and you go, that doesn't even make any sense. Gabriel Martinelli getting booked in 2 phases of one play, and then you just go, that's never happened before. You just book him once, you know what I mean? It's we can. I know we as Arsenal fans complain about it, but it's literally just shocking decisions. And I know every club gets shocking decisions. I'm not saying that, but those are shocking decisions when the stakes are so high. And that's the thing. Even with VAR, you go, you have to get the decision right. There should be no mistake. There should be 100% consistency. That's why in the Champions League, as much as I hate it, the handball rule, it's fairly consistent.
Mm-hmm.
If you touch the ball with your hand in the box and you're defending thing, then it's a penalty. I hate it.
Yeah.
But it's fairly consistent. But do you know what I mean? There's not much room for interpretation around it. The ball's hit your hand. Yeah, that's the pen.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, Stephen, because go on.
Just in the premise, just like we look at Ola Aina when the Forest player when he's handled it. Look at Bruno and Breno, recently for Man United, and he's handled it. You look at Drogu against us, and he's handled it, and you go, there's no consistency there. We've been on the receiving end of some dodgy decisions. So yeah.
Yeah, because there's been discussion about VAR, VAR, and referee decisions, and what's the linesman there for, and also the dramas, in regards to a foul's been committed or something's been committed, and you're taking about a whole 10 minutes to decide whether to either give a penalty or to give a yellow card or whatever. It's just all the dramas. And also in regards to, unfair decisions and stuff like that, I think over the years, I think whoever is a top team, more often than not, get decisions given for them rather than against them, if I'm making sense. I think it happens all the time, whether it's, I don't know, whether it's the pressure, whether it's the fans pressuring the referees, I don't know what it is. Because I remember when Ferguson used to storm down the stands and get to the referee's face or the official's face, and then they'll give decisions to him and to Man United. So usually, more often than not, a top team will get decisions for them. Am I making sense, gentlemen?
Yeah, you are.
No, I mean, so more often that kind of happens. But the best thing to do, I know it's easier said than done, is to rise above it and just carry on, with the game and play your football, even though it's easier said than done.
Yeah.
And in regards to what you said, Brenny, about our players, about having a taste of being champions now, this is the question. Will this spur them on to have a winning mentality now? Especially
hopefully it will.
Yeah, especially with PSG coming up now. So in a way, it's given me more confidence going into the PSG game, meaning that we got the job done. Well, last night technically, because it's past midnight. We got the job done last night, thanks to Bournemouth. We can have a bit of a rest. The players now are champions. You saw the celebrations. The players are going crazy. Even the fans are going crazy as well. They've tasted victory. They're going to kiss that trophy and they're going to lift it. So the question is, are they going to have a winning mentality from now on? And would that give them confidence to go to the PSG game thinking, you know what? We won a Premier League. We can do it. We got over the line. Now we believe that we could get this done as well. That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah. Yeah, no, same here. I mean, that's why we wanted them to win the League Cup so badly, because it just give them that taste of silverware and to spur them on, encourage them to, to push forward, because it's quite funny that we thought that whoever wins the League Cup, we actually thought would probably push on and go and win the league. And well, it's worked in our favour in the end, and it hasn't really. But listen, I went through all your comments in there, and big up to Gary, big up to Toby, and Dermo's in the channel as well, and big up to you, my friend, the legend that is Dermo. Please subscribe to him, THFC till we die. Big up to Darkside as well, and big up to Flashing Oshin as well, and of course I didn't see the game, Dermo. I didn't see the games. I was actually focused on the Bournemouth City game, but VAR needs to go. We should have had a penalty tonight. I've got it on Sky Sports News at the moment, but I haven't even seen the highlights. But I have to look at the 3 o'clocks, my friend. Yeah, VAR is just a pain in the arse, man. Seriously,
it is.
I think they need to go to the free challenge rule, or like 2 challenges per half or something like forget it doesn't need to be every decision. For offsides, it's the lines being drawn. That's pretty straightforward, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
yeah,
in terms of, like, as you were saying earlier, Antonio, taking extra long to make sure they've got the decision right and this, that, and the other.
Yeah,
it should take no more than 20 seconds. You should be able to look at it and go, yeah, that's terrible, or no, there's nothing in it. A challenge, if you give every manager 2 challenges per half, if you win your challenge, you get to keep it. If you lose your challenge, then you lose it. 2 challenges per half, and let's go from there. Like I said, it doesn't need to be every single decision. It doesn't need to, like, let the refs ref the game, let the linesmen call the calls, and if the manager and his staff are incensed so much that they think that it's a bad decision, then they can challenge it. If the challenge comes back, and the refs should look at the screen as well as VAR before they start calling him over or anything like that. Say, this is what ref should have. Challenge should be called, like drop a flag or something, press a button or whatever. Say you're challenging it. Ref goes to the monitor, and then you go, is it yes, no, and then make that decision. It doesn't need to be a long process, as you said, Antonio. We can just speed it up.
It's ridiculous, Steve. I mean, like, you got VAR checking everything, and then all of a sudden they tell they put onto the referee, then the referee goes to the screen, and I'm thinking, hold a minute, what you guys doing in that VAR office? Like, can you actually see what's going on and tell if it's a foul or if it's a penalty, if it's a yellow card or what have you? Remember against West Ham, Steve and Brellier, right? It took 10 minutes to decide whether West Ham's goal was a goal or was it going to be disallowed? Was it a foul on Raya? What was going on in the penalty box? It took nearly 10 minutes. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, too long. It's too long. It spoils the flow of the game, and it upsets people. Is it like if you're, like I said, if you're a West Ham fan in that situation, you're like, it shouldn't take this long. If it's taking that long, it means you're trying to find something, and that's how you would feel. Like, straight up, that's how you would feel. You feel like they're trying to find something, trying to find a reason to give them the thing. It shouldn't take that long. A decision should take 20, 30 seconds, and that is it. Like, it should be, if it's not clear and obvious, if it's not something you can go, oh yeah, I can clearly see that's what's happened here, then just go, well, we can't decide, so just carry on.
Yeah, exactly.
But it does.
I want to say we got a guest here. Oliver, scary video 2. Will you there?
What picture is that?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Yeah, exactly.
What's that? Nude? Is that a nude picture?
Yeah, it must be.
It must be a troll.
Yeah, it's got to be a troll, man. Seriously. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah. Brennan Stephen, how about Tottenham tonight? Or should I say last night? Oof.
Oh, yeah. I know. It's and you know what? You're talking to Tottenham. Hold on a sec. Just wanted to introduce ourselves. So yeah, so Toby, you got Stephen here, you got Antonio as well, and Brenny K74, who I am. So welcome to my channel, and big up to yourself. I tried a glory hunt and supported Arsenal in 2005. I saw a Champions League robbery versus Barcelona and a few FA Cup wins, but not a Prem. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's like my daughter, it's her first Premier League title, and my son, he's already seen us win a Premier League title, and this would be his second. So yeah, I get that, but you know what? I find that those that support Arsenal are not glory hunting, in my opinion. Or when I was growing up as a kid, there was a lot of people that supported Liverpool because Liverpool were the dominant team. You know what I mean? Everyone supported Liverpool. And would you believe some of those same people I went to school with, right? Years later, we were in our teens, they're becoming Man United fans. And I'm like, Liverpool, Man United are rivals, man. What's wrong with you lot, man? Come on. I thought that's just crazy. Absolutely. You know, you think, yeah, right. But I think PSG beat us. But given their weakness in set pieces and counters, if we start Gyökeres and do what we did in the first half of the season with set pieces, we can do the double. Believe.
Hopefully,
yeah.
Hopefully,
Toby, we can do. You know what I mean? And here, speaking of Tottenham, my guy Dermot here, Brenny, who goes down on Sunday?
That's
Tottenham
a good question.
Or West Ham?
Yeah.
Who goes down, guys? Who goes down? Oh.
Well, this question was asked on Jez's channel when I was on there earlier on. Yeah. I said 50-50. I think West Ham will beat Leeds at home. I think they will. Tottenham, Everton. That's the thing. I think Everton will give Tottenham a good game. So that's why I said 50-50. I can't call it. I can't call it for the moment. I really don't know. I say 50-50.
Well, Tottenham, no, they if as long as they don't lose, they're fine.
That's it.
Their goal difference is a hell of a lot better than West Ham's.
It is, yeah.
Stephen, what do you reckon? Steve, what do you reckon, man?
It's stupid because, like I said, I always look at other leagues as references to how things are and what could potentially happen. Hearts only needed to not lose to Celtic and they would have been champions. Tottenham need to not lose and they'll stay up. And if you go in with that mentality, you easily lose the game because you're not trying to win it. Whereas West Ham know they have to win it to stay up. So I think in terms of mathematical possibilities, it's in Tottenham's hands. And they have the slight advantage. But that advantage is also their disadvantage.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say West Ham stay up.
For me, I'll have to be real about it, and I'm taking my my quarter West Ham hat off. Not just just my old man supports them, but I actually think with Leeds now was safe weeks ago. I think Leeds will be on the beach, and that's not good for Spurs fans, in my opinion. But I just think West Ham will look at that cup defeat because they played well against Leeds. I don't know how they lost on penalties, and they can use that to probably go out and grind out a 3-1 win. Because I saw signs with West Ham against Newcastle after they went 3-0 down. That Tatty goal the other day. Jeez, did you see that finish? That's probably one of the best consolation goals I've seen this season.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean? What a finish. But then I saw West Ham were basically going for it, and I thought it was going to probably be 3-3, but it was too little too late. Now, if West Ham can, that last 20 minutes I saw against Newcastle, if they can put that into a 90-minute display against Leeds, I think they'll win comfortably. But then Everton, who are still chasing Europe, I think Everton are a different animal this season. And I think they could give Tottenham a 2-1 win. I think they could win 2-1. So
okay.
I'm actually favouring West Ham right now.
You
know, and that's another thing because I was just, as I was about to say, and Dermot's already put it in the chat, it's the fact that they've got 2 home wins all season. See, and it's like they've been better away from home than they have Spurs than at home itself.
Oh, Tottenham, Tottenham, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's in, like I said, at the end of the day, look, it's in Tottenham's hands, isn't it?
It is
a win or a draw, and they're safe.
Yeah.
But that's that. On the flip side of that is, we look at Hearts in Scotland. Yes, it's a different league. Yes, it's different circumstances, and yes, they were playing the team, and so there's lots of different variables involved. But that was also their downfall because you go from needing to win the game like Celtic did to Hearts going, we just don't have to lose. And I'm not saying Hearts played particularly badly because they started off pretty well in that game. And took the lead and then Celtic come back and then a late goal and then the third one was just the icing on the cake really. But that's the difference, isn't it?
That was an exciting game of football. That was It really was good. That was better than the FA Cup final.
Yeah,
it was.
You know what I mean? Oh, Toby, sorry if I'm spamming. I drank rum and celebrated outside the Emirates. Did you guys see the atmosphere? Sorry. No, I'll tell you, man. I've only seen bits, but you see, Toby, right? Since I've been home, I've just got straight to streaming as soon as I got home from work. So I've got the TV on here. It's on low. I've not really been watching it, but I will take it all in when we sign off in a little bit. I'll definitely take it all in. And then I'll check the 3 o'clock news. But listen, man, big up to you. And thank you so much, man. Be up, brilliant. Earn the sub, bro. No, I appreciate that. Thank you. I really do appreciate that.
Much appreciated, Toby.
I mean, only 2 home wins all season. Yeah, brilliant. And I'm devastated after tonight's loss. Not looking forward to Sunday and my watch along. Yeah, we'll be thinking of you, Dermot, man, because you're a top guy, man, and no matter what happens, we'll still be streaming. You know what I mean? Even if you're in the Championship, I'm not even saying that. I'm not even taking a piss. So yeah, because you're a top guy. Seriously, we love you, mate. But it'll be a night. But for the stream from myself and Bobby on the Football Takeover on Sunday, like I said, that'll be the most relaxed watch along in history for me on this Sunday.
Yeah, it will be.
It'll be so relaxed. If we put in a performance, right, and we lose 2-0 and we put in a performance, you know what? I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah, who cares?
Shown me, you know what I mean? Yeah. But if they lose and they don't put in a performance, then that would, I'm only thinking if we didn't get to the Champions League final, I'd be like, yeah, all right, whatever. But we've got a Champions League final as well, so yeah.
You see, that's the thing with losses as well. Is pretty much every time we've lost this season, you just sort of have to go, okay, we've lost to a better team, innit? For example, that 50th game, for example, it was how we lost. When we lost to Man United this season at home, you just go, they've got a couple of worldies. Nothing you can do about it. No controversy. You can move on mentally. You can move on. You just accept it and you move on. When there's if we were going into this last game of the season, and Man City had won, and we still needed to win, I said in my head I'd be going, there's going to be some sort of controversy that's going to hand him the title, and that's why I didn't want to go into the last game of the season.
Yeah, me neither. That's why I'm so glad that Bournemouth got that draw. Actually, a part of me was saying it's going to be 2-2, but obviously it ended up being 1-1. But I'm so happy that we got it done early, because I wanted us to win the league. I wanted us to win the league relatively early, to risk against Palace, and then to go to PSG like full on. So we got it done, guys. So fantastic. Thank you, Bournemouth.
Oh, 100%. Thank you, indeed. You know what I mean? And even though you gave us a beating at home as well, but hey, you've done wonders this tonight. That's for sure.
They're a good team. They're a good team.
Yeah,
they are.
They're going to miss Iriola.
Yeah, oh yeah, they will. They will. 100%. To be honest, but Brenny, we should never been here in the first place. Yeah, I hear, man. It's gonna be it's crunch time Sunday, though, for you. I don't think West Ham beat Leeds, so Spurs will be fine, in my opinion. I mean, that could happen. You know, could happen.
We're going to be relaxed, Brenny and Stephen. Anyway, that's the most important thing. We're going to be relaxed Sunday.
Yeah, exactly. We're just going to be chilled out, man. You know what I mean?
We're just going to be chilled out. I'll be like this on my sofa, like this. I'll be like,
Yeah, and then all of a sudden we go 1-0 down just before half time, for example. Be like, okay, right. So, Bobby, what you got for dinner? We got dinner. What's the
cup of tea?
Tonight, you know what I mean? That's what it'd be. It'd just be, go for a halftime break. It'd be all right. Have a drink, have a snack, and then it'd just be, I don't smoke, so my invisible cigar, my invisible Hamlet. 60 minutes gone, we're 1-0 down.
And then full time comes, we need the trophy anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, look. Oh, Palace has scored a second goal. Oh, no, we're 2-0 down. Oh, no, what are we going to do? We're 2-0 down with a minute to go. Oh, what are we going to do? Oh. And then trophy lift.
There you go. Trophy lift, exactly, yeah. Guys, Brenny and Stephen, you're right. By the way, who do you think's going to lift the trophy, Rice or Odegaard?
Well, it'll be Odegaard because I'd love it to be Rice, but I'm not Odegaard's biggest fan. But fair is fair, he is the club captain.
Yeah.
So I would say, and because Saka he's the vice captain, I think it'd be nice if both of them lift it together or one, But we'll see. It has to be one of them. But Declan Rice, for me, has to be Arsenal captain in the summer, and that is something that Arteta needs to do. He needs to say, right, Declan, you know what? You're going to be my captain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I think sometimes as well, I think the captaincy is weighed a little bit on Odegaard. And for me, a captain is, I've said this many times, a captain is someone who doesn't shut up on the pitch. Tony Adams never shut up.
You know what?
You know what I mean?
I'm going to, and I think I've said this on the Arsenal Above All show before. It's different now. And you guys will see it at work, and they talk about leadership, your leadership group and your leadership group and this, that, and the other. Like I said, I used to play basketball, and my hero was Michael Jordan. And his mentality was notoriously like, he's a bully. Yeah, but he's a bully because he wins. He's a winner. And then you had somebody like Tim Duncan or Dirk Nowitzki, and they were just leaders. They were different. Your Steph Currys of the world, your Steve Kerrs, and they're different. They're different types of leaders. Today's players are different. They're not the same sort of breed of as sexist as it sounds. They're not the same sort of breed of men as
I agree.
In the past.
I hear you mean. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
When that's the thing, the players chose Odegaard this season. And again, I saw something on YouTube, and it was about Odegaard as captain and him talking about his life as a captain and what it means to do it off the pitch and on the pitch. And when players have signed, it's like, yeah, Odegaard gave me a call straight away and was like, welcome to the club and blah blah blah, and was talking to me through things and made me feel very welcome and this, that, and the other. And I'm sure Declan would do that as well and everything else. But there's I said there's still something about him. He's captain for his club, for his country as well. So again, that's not by chance. There's obviously leadership qualities that we don't see that happens off the pitch and behind the scenes, which is why I said Arteta's talked about it a lot as well. The leadership group. So yes, the players have chosen Odegaard as captain. That might change next season, but it's the leadership group. So it doesn't matter who actually wears the armband because they're all leaders in their own right. So you've got Odegaard. That's the face of that leadership group, if you like. But Gabriel's a leader in that back line.
He's brilliant.
Rice is a leader in that midfield. Yeah. So, me personally, I would, yes. The old person in me goes, yeah, I'd love a captain like that, like back again. And of the two, it's more Gabriel than I'd say Rice. He's a bit more shouty and a bit more aggressive in that sort of sense. But it's new age footballers, so it's you have to.
I hear that.
You have to get a leader like that.
Well, just kind of here. I mean, I've got it on the on this caption here, but I only realised like a few minutes ago what this said. I think it's quite funny, but I want the under 11s for Palace game. All eyes on double under 11s. That could happen. Maybe under 21s. After that Burnley performance, I was praying Bournemouth got it done in my. Yeah.
Me too.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So glad they did, Toby. They voted twice between players and they voted them 8. We have to respect him as our captain, bro. Yeah. I mean, it's everyone has a choice, but he's not my captain. But you know what? I always show respect for the fact that he is the club captain. So if he's going to lift the league trophy, he lifts it. I mean, in the day, it doesn't bother me who lifts it. You know, you know what I mean? Gunnosaurus can lift it for all I care. I wouldn't mind. You know what I mean?
I love it.
You know what I mean?
The thing is, I think Odegaard will pick up the trophy, but I think when it comes to actually lifting it, I think he may share it. Like, probably. Because I said, it's understanding that importance of the team and knowing that he'll know himself that he hasn't been able to play as many games as he wanted to this season, and Saka's been the captain and Rice has been the captain, so he may just well lift it with Saka. And to share that responsibility because they're part of that leadership group.
Yeah, right.
It's not going to be a John Terry moment either way.
Yeah, true. Everyone wants Rice, Gabriel on a consistent basis. No, 100% they do.
For consistency, definitely.
Yeah, exactly. But listen, gents, we've been going for almost 3 hours, and you know what? It's been emotional night. I'm gonna take it all in. And listen, gentlemen, thanks for coming on.
It's been brilliant. What a brilliant night!
It has been great. I'll be doing more streams. I'll be doing more streams tomorrow evening anyway. Once I get home from work, I'll probably do some more streams as well, and we can talk further as well. And also, I'll be hopefully congratulating Aston Villa because I know a lot of fans don't like him, but I like Emery, and I hope he wins another Europa League.
I want him to win it.
Me too. I've always respected Aston Villa as a club way before Emery came along. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, so and we have to emulate what Villa have already done in winning the European Cup.
You know what? I'd be happy if all 3 English teams win their respective European competitions. It'd be brilliant for the league and for each individual club.
And we could, if we beat PSG, we could potentially play Villa in the Super Cup.
That'd and the World Club Cup as well. And also as well, gentlemen, this season could be an all-English affair. Crystal Palace, Conference League, Aston Villa Europa League, us Champions League. Yeah. You never know.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. But like you say, I'm feeling slightly a little bit more confident now after tonight, after a few hours ago. But
yeah.
But listen, man. But thank you both for coming on. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Brendan. Nice to meet you,
Nice to meet you, Antonio.
Yeah. And Antonio, you got anything planned coming up, or where can they find you? Anything?
Well, excuse me. You can find me on panels like such as Judge's Channel, Northside, Natster Official, and eventually your one, Brenny, as well. Like I'll definitely come on yours more and more.
Listen, you're both of you more than welcome to come on here, because you both made your debuts on this. So I appreciate you both coming on.
Oh, fantastic! Appreciate it.
And you know what? And before I get to Steve as well, we just mentioned Northside. Big up to him today, because I saw.
Oh, he was in tears.
Yeah, and that's what it's about, and that's what it means to him. So I'm not going to get, and I will not be happy if people now or next day find about, but he wanted Arteta, he wanted. At the end of the day, we're Arsenal fans. This is Arsenal Football Club. This is what it's about, Arsenal Football Club. Yeah. So I don't want anyone getting on his case.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I could see, I saw how much it meant to him, and big up to him. But
big up to the North side.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? But Stephen, where can they find you, man?
So I do Stepney Talks. I've started recording a couple of shows, but I've had to take a little break for personal reasons. We had some bereavement in the family, but there should be some shows out there. No, thank you. We should have some shows later in the year, and then start kicking off with that a bit more regularly, and get some more interviews out. Basically, I interview people that work in the TV, film, media industry. So whether you do lighting, to the sound guy, to an actor, to a director, to an extra, whatever you do, I talk to people so that basically to share their stories, because most people don't get to hear what a Sparky does, or what a props maker does, or what a makeup artist does, and stuff like that. So it's just sharing those stories for people that work behind the scenes in that industry. And it's to inspire the next generation of people that come through to say, don't just have to be an actor. You can be a director. You can be a Sparky. You can be a props maker. You can be whatever you want. There's lots of different roles in that industry for you to be able to find your place if that's what you like. And it's been good.
No, that's great stuff, man.
Bless up, Stephen.
Bless up to both of you, man. Yeah, thanks for coming on as well. Well, I may be back tomorrow morning. May have a few things off, but it depends what time I wake up, really. And plus, I've had some Remy Martin, so we'll see. You know what I mean? See how my head feels. But I'll definitely be on tomorrow evening anyway. So not a set time yet, but anyone's, it's going to be the same as all this week. Anyone's welcome to come on. It's an Arsenal title party, you know what I mean? And there's going to be many streams as well. I'll be tuning into other streams as well, and there's some great ones out there as well, you know what I mean? Ruthless Schooner as well. Big up to
him as well, yes. Yeah.
Absolute legend he is. We've been on stream together years ago, and quite a few times actually. And Jezza as well, another legend. Big up to him. There's going to be, DJ B, all these guys. Please like and share, sub to them, man, because they're just absolute legends. But listen, I'm going to go and check this out and then go to bed.
No worries, guys.
Good night, all.
Have a great night.
See you
We're
all.
champions.
Take care. We are champions.
Peace out, gentlemen. Good night.
Nice to meet you. Thanks, Brenny.
Thank you, Brenny. Once again, peace out.